conversation. Hey, 'cause you and I flow like a summer breeze. Ooh, hope you don't mind, let's kill the conversation. Yeah, I gotta go vacant, still so much to see. Yeah, $1 million bills won't fool me. There's no second lace as fine as you. No bigger thrill than what you do to me. Say yes, please. What you need? I love it when you take me on your ride, and I love it when you get down low. You get down low. I love it when we spend those summer nights. So can we do it again? Do it again? Do it again? Yeah. Do it. Oh, yeah. I love it when you take me on your ride, and I love it when you get down low. I love it when we spend those summer nights. So can we do it again? Do it again? Do it again? Yeah. I guess it's what you call elevation. Well then, this time tomorrow, please pick me up again. Hey, 'cause I think we got a little situation. Yeah, I'm trying to be calm, but I can't pretend. Nah. $1 million bills won't fool me. There's no second lace as fine as you. No bigger thrill than what you do to me. Say yes, please. What you need? I love it when you take me on your ride, and I love it when you get down low. I love it when we spend those summer nights. So can we do it again? Do it again? Do it again? Yeah. Yo, this is love without complication. Hey, 'cause you and I flow like a summer breeze. Ooh, hope you don't mind, let's kill the conversation. Yeah, I gotta go vacant, still so much to see. Yeah, $1 million bills won't fool me. There's no second lace as fine as you. No bigger thrill than what you do to me. Say yes, please. What you need? I love it when you take me on your ride, and I love it when you get down low. You get down low. I love it when we spend those summer nights. So can we do it again? Do it again? Do it again? Yeah. Do it. Oh, yeah. I love it when you take me on your ride, and I love it when you get down low. I love it when we spend those summer nights. So can we do it again? Do it again? Do it again? Yeah. I guess it's what you call elevation. Well then, this time tomorrow, please pick me up again. Hey, 'cause I think we got a little situation. Yeah, I'm trying to be calm, but I can't pretend. Nah. $1 million bills won't fool me. There's no second lace as fine as you. No bigger thrill than what you do to me. Say yes, please. What you need? I love it when you take me on your ride, and I love it when you get down low. I love it when we spend those summer nights. So can we do it again? Do it again? Do it again? Yeah. Yo, this is love without complication. Hey, 'cause you and I flow like a summer breeze. Ooh, hope you don't mind, let's kill the conversation. Yeah, I gotta go vacant, still so much to see. Yeah, $1 million bills won't fool me. There's no second lace as fine as you.
Yeah. Yo. Welcome back in, baby.
You know what I was thinking? There should be maybe I already said that, there should be a bar with strictly APM music so that like reality shows and Barstool people can just like go to that bar and then film there.
That's actually really smart.
Okay,
But then like how would they know any word? They would just be dancing to beats.
Yeah, you wouldn't know the words, but like the words are pretty predictable when they do have words. It's kind
Then maybe they'll get trendy and then maybe.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
the heck?
Hello. Oh, there I am.
I can hear.
I can see you.
Yeah. I never had what was I saying? The song I had like a show for a minute, and there was a song that was like came from APM or whatever, and it stuck in my head perpetually. It's so good. It's like
really?
something about on the moon. Yeah, it's really good. But
I love
it's
that.
the one and only time.
Occasionally, like some.
We need to find those hidden gems and get them all in one place.
Exactly.
Yeah, and maybe people will like try harder at the APM music.
Yeah, or maybe we should have like
Exactly.
a radio.
Maybe we could become APM music stars.
What would it be called? Like
What's
APM
stopping
bar?
us?
Bar APM?
I actually
bar
love that
APM.
APM bar.
PM. We could do a play on with PM.
Oh shit!
Love it.
Headed to
We
the
kind of churn out ideas.
yeah, like all the
Yeah,
time.
I say we are.
If someone actually watches
This is
and
the brain
uses our
trust.
ideas, like they
Yeah.
would be billionaires.
I
by
can't
now.
figure out my spacey
Yeah, or
bangs.
we could name it like APM, like
APM.
APM. Yeah. We're gonna head over to APM.
Or I guess it's more like royalty free. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's like,
it's like I guess APM's like a
no
company.
royals.
yeah, right.
Yeah, no royals.
And
Like jokers.
and we'll never be royals.
yes.
Never be
I mean, look at us.
They're like, you can't sing that song because I'm royalty.
yeah.
Flag it, flag it.
Exactly. That's why we'll never be royals because you can't play royals.
Oh wow! Wait,
I
that's
know.
so
I'm
funny.
really a genius. Are we live right now?
Yeah. Hey
Oh,
guys.
amazing. Hey.
Hey, welcome the fuck back.
Yeah. Duh.
Woo.
Talk about a hiatus.
Yeah, the girls are popping off. You guys have been working your little buns off.
Keegs, can I just tell
Weeks.
you, your little blurb about us?
Yeah, it
made
was-
my
Oh, did
day.
you love it? Oh, I was hoping you'd see it.
Well, I saw it and was like, God damn it, she knows we were working hard. Like
I did, because I kept thinking to myself, I didn't know who was going to the Bet Gala we're referring to, a DraftKings event that was held on Monday. If you know, you know. If you were there, you were somebody. If you weren't, you're a loser. And of course, our two beautiful ladies were there. And but I had been, I see your TikToks, I see your stories all the time, and I knew that you guys were like literally doing a photo shoot in the desert like 2 days before.
Yes.
Like these girls have not been home.
Oh
Like
my
they're
God.
they're working their buns off.
I know. I feel like it's like
Proud of you.
let our girls
Let us
sleep.
breathe, let
No.
us breathe. Well, it's funny. We came there and Dave's like, "Thanks for coming." I'm like, "We wouldn't miss it for a thing." What do you mean? Like, obviously.
Obviously,
But Arizona was really cool. It's very deserty, very dead.
Dry.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just so like we did ATVing, and let me tell you, we did not know what we signed up for. Like, we thought it was going to be just like a 4-hour excursion, or maybe even like 2 hours. It was like 7 hours on these ATVs.
Oh shit! Did you go like up mountains and stuff?
We
Like-
were going way too fast.
it was like
in the
this
sand.
trail, but like in the sand, it kind of felt like a video game because it was like you weren't on a
Oh,
road. Like,
God.
you were on like a literal trail that was going through, and I felt like everyone's car was like their own like player. So
Yeah.
like, me and Maddie were lucky because we were in this like little.
We had our own little car.
Oh, fun! That's
we were like
good.
whipping around, hanging out the whole time, and then you look forward and you see like Mike and Jordan, who are like in their 50s, and they're on quad.
They're on
Yeah.
the one like that one quad that's like so physically demanding and like shaking
They're
their
literally on a
course.
hill that's vertical. And
Oh
they're
my
like going
God.
up, and you just see like Mike like gripping it tight and like.
That's so many. The like tension in your
Yes.
body that whole time would make me
all the
so
boys
tired.
were rotating off that, and they were like, that was really hard. They're like, they should come with a warning for the quad because it was like really a lot.
Does it feel unsafe? I feel like I've heard a lot of horror stories.
I was nervous going into it, which like I didn't think I would really be, but I was kind of nervous to drive it, and it was what
like,
we
really
were doing was really easy.
It was just
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
I like go
sand.
karting, yeah.
Also, what Kelly was reminding me is like those cars are made for like the tension on those, like
Yeah.
going
Oh
over
yeah,
the
true.
rocks. Like
it's not like your brain's not really rattling around in your head in the same way that it would on like a go-kart track
Totally.
or even like a quad. I guess it literally is a quad.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. The notes that we have to give is if you're going, bring some sandwiches.
Yeah.
Bring some water.
halfway through, we were like silent and
Yeah, it's like I think like it would have been like 10 out of 10 trip if we had those things because little people sometimes we got hangry and we were also lost and it was also like 90 degrees. So it's
just
just
markers on the chair, literally one
Crazy.
number.
It's
like,
crazy to like let you go for 7 hours and not tell you like, hey, buckle in, like prepare again, get a flask of water,
Yeah.
something like.
they're
that's
literally like
crazy.
there's a number on the front of the
Were you guys
on your
sabotaging sabotaged?
You're like
It's like workers' comp. You have to
Hey, what the hell?
All the guy did was like, here's the trail. Okay, you're going to get to the gravel. You're going to turn right. Then you're going to get to this. Like for 30 minutes, it felt like he was explaining that. And he was like, okay, bye. Have fun. And if you dent the car, you're done and you have to buy him.
It's literally this
No
map.
way.
They literally give you this map that looks like a toy treasure chest, and it's like, all right. And then by the third stop sign, you're gonna drive 3 miles straight, then take a right.
It's like we got ambushed.
God.
That's insane.
I mean, but we had a great time. That like we really did.
Well, of course,
It
of
added
course.
to it, but
no excursion is complete without a little drama.
Totally.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, at least you had,
like
had
what-
an injection of that.
At one point, Kelly and I were like making a wrong turn. All of a sudden, I'm like, no, it's this way. And Devin's like, it's this way. And then she's like, oh my God. Like, we were hitting the wall. Like, all of a sudden, we were getting angry. And we had to take a step back. And
I literally was like, oh, I'm just hungry and tired. I literally was like, I don't fucking know right now, Devin. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm on camera. I have a microphone on. I just cursed.
Listen, that's fine. It's, sometimes you got to bitch somebody out.
Yeah.
And they just got to forgive you later.
How many different modes of transportation do you think you guys have been on the last few months? Because you've been on like
Great question.
boat.
Yeah, boat, jet ski. No, not jet skis. What are the
Flyboard.
little that thing?
Facts.
Flyboard looked sick. Like it looked hard, like physically taxing. Like I feel like my knees would be too weak for that. But
No, I think
it looked really
It was
cool.
really vulnerable. It's like, all right, now let's see if she can get up. And you're like, nah.
You really got to engage your core, I guess, right?
Like
It's
the
core.
awkward part is like we're going up and I'm like, I gotta watch it. And like,
Don't look at my butt cheeks.
Yeah, our butts were so out. And we're just like, okay, you can't fix it.
like keep it up, and I'm like literally like thrusting my butt back because I'm trying to stay up, and I'm like, okay, I'm giving.
It's like awkwardly filming.
Serving.
Literally, they're like just
He's literally
filming our
filming like
butts.
this.
Ben's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
love Lexi.
But definitely a lot. We've definitely been traveling, go, and that's all right.
So are you guys home for a little bit, or what do you have on the
We're
horizon?
home for like the next 2 weeks, and then we go to North Carolina for the Coca-Cola 600.
Fun.
Whoa, race. I know. we're
Oh,
really
that'll be
excited.
great. Will that be their first like race?
Yeah, we never done that.
The race stuff is sick. I went to there was like a NASCAR thing going on at Sonoma Raceway, and I got to go. It was like wine country. I went with like Large and Con.
Oh, that's so
Casey was
fun.
there. Like it was a really, really fun trip. Cody was there too, and I'd never been to a NASCAR race before. We did the wine tasting the day before we went.
Oh.
And I showed up. I was so hungover and I was like, I'll be fine. They're like, we're gonna be outside, it's cool. The racetrack is hot as fuck.
Yes.
You can feel it all moving on the ground.
Oh,
So
God.
I had like vertigo and was like passing out, heat stroke the whole time, but it still was like the best time. Like, it was
Yeah.
so cool. The like culture of racing is cool, you know.
Yeah, it's so different. I'm excited. It's like a
Big family.
and it's Memorial Day weekend. It's definitely gonna be really.
Oh yeah,
lit.
that'll
I wonder like
pop
what
off.
kid like how do you like train to get there? Like like after school, like are
So
they
I
like,
have a friend,
all right, kid, let's go to the go-kart.
I have a friend who's a really good racer who's always in these races, and it's like in the family, like his parents, his dad or grandpa or something is like big time race car driver. So I guess you know,
It's kind of a hack. Like I feel like if
nepo baby race car driver.
Yeah, if you're good at it, why not? Because I know what people who do like the little mini cars. So maybe you like upgrade to like the bigger cars as you get older. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Where you can like handle it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, okay, if you had to choose, would you rather be a race car driver or ride a bull?
Oh my God, race car driver, without question.
Ride a bull.
I kind of.
I don't know. I feel like it's so badass. because I rode that for 8
It is,
seconds.
but all the time those bulls, they get them mad, they get them out, and then I swear, I don't know if I've seen a bull video where the guy doesn't fall off and get the horn up his asshole.
Yeah,
like
true.
every time. It's like
They're all gay.
like it like bucks him and then it bucks him again and then there's always the horn up his ass every time. And I'm like, these people are, and it makes me like physically sick. I'm like, I can't watch it. It's gory.
Maybe
it
that's
always
the
happens.
That's the reason why I wanted it.
Yeah,
Horn up that.
Kelly's like, I love that.
Like, I've been preparing, working my way up.
Wait, what about like a jockey? Like I think after watching what was that race?
Derby.
Oh, Derby.
Oh yeah, wait.
I'm like that.
What was that race?
But that is cool. Like having a horse. I guess like not being a jockey, but like having a horse like that is pretty cool.
It is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I agree.
Should we call Dave and ask him how
Yeah,
it
I'm
is?
like, so how's Jackie
yeah.
Pants?
Oh yeah, just
Jackie
fucking Jackie.
Did you see Jackie Pants is getting so big?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
She's so grown.
I was just like gonna save it like as a mean like
You.
like bulking
You
up
literally
everyone.
should say-
Yeah, I know.
My God.
No, Jackie Pants is looking big and healthy and fabulous, and I can't wait to see her racing.
Yeah, that's so
Tootie
cool. Those horses.
Your rival, Jackie's like, everybody loves Jackie Pants.
He's like, I hate her.
No, I love Jackie Pants, and Jackie Pants is really fucking cute. But
Yeah, she's adorable.
I love watching those races, but I do feel a little bit bad for the horses. But then I try to remind myself that like they're meant to be doing that.
So I have a morality issue with horses as like a mode of transportation. I have a long-standing crusade against the horses in Central Park.
Yeah.
This is a big announcement. I don't know if people know where those horses live on their off hours,
What?
but it's in a high-rise in Hell's Kitchen.
No way.
It's horrible living conditions. The whole thing is terrible. And I will say, in the last few years, there's a way less of them. Like people are starting to just do pedicabs, which I love to see. One of these days, hopefully, all those horses will be out of Central Park. Maybe one day they'll all be out of Charleston. You know, like the place where you take those rides, because they just don't take care of the horses. And so I hate that. Every time there's about to be like a new New York City mayor, the one that's on the way out tries to save face. Like everyone always hates the mayor, and when they're on their way out, they always try to save face by being like, "And we're about to ban the horses in Central Park," and then they never fucking do it because they're a bunch of liars.
They're just trying to say that.
Yeah, so it's trying to do it. But however, the horse racing, because those horses are so like they're meant for that or whatever, they're treated like gold, you know. So I'm like, all right, they're
do you think
okay.
that they like know that they're winners? Like when they're
I hope so. I
I
hope
feel like
so.
they must because everyone's like, ah.
Horses are smart, you know. Horses are smart. They sense emotion. They sense feeling, and so I think that they could sense excitement.
Or
I'm
like,
sure.
have you seen the? There's like a trend on TikTok where it's like they play if like to an old racehorse they play like like the trumpet noise.
my God.
that gets played and their ears perk up and they're like,
Oh my God!
it's like say you like this horse knows that he was a racehorse because he literally because he stands still and he's like
He gets that muscle memory back.
Yeah,
He's like,
literally.
Game time. Like, let's go.
game time.
Wow, I love that.
I think that they must know that they're like.
I wonder if that's like a weird like conditioning thing. I don't think I'd want to see how they're trained. I think that would make me think differently. But you know what? Again, horses were pulling people around for years. They can pull lots of, you know.
I love it. Like I bet they love that feeling of just full. Cause like how are they trained? Like does someone literally just go out and be like run full speed?
They have like
yeah.
programs that they follow where it's like, you know, before the race day, like they do some crazy blowout. Yeah.
Sure. It's probably similar to like training for the marathon.
Yeah,
literally.
It's like, let's run 5 miles at a trotting pace.
Yeah.
Let's, you know,
It's like based off of
stamina up.
times too, so.
the what?
Oh, I was just saying it's based off of times too.
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
I wonder if it's like the Iditarod, like the
Dog sleds? Yeah.
where like
I haven't
those
heard the
dogs-
word I did it wrong.
I know, it's like, but
That literally reminded me of 5th grade. Did you guys have like the I did it
yeah,
wrong?
why do we have a whole
season two?
segment? Yeah.
I feel like that's the year you learn about the Iditarod horse. or-
Nobody talk about the Iditarod.
I haven't
Dogs, I
heard that
mean.
word in so long.
Also, the way I said it, like, did definitely make it sound like I was.
It sounded like you talk about the I did
You
it
guys,
wrong.
wait,
yeah.
okay. Say what you want to say about the Iditarod dogs because then I want to talk about
Because the
Balto.
Iditarod dogs are so excited to be running.
They're
I
amazing.
love that shit. They are born for that shit, and they're eating it up. And that makes me like, I hope that the horses have that dog in them the way that, you know.
I hope so too.
got that
Jackie, I
Iditarod.
hope so
Yeah,
too.
Iditarod.
Did you guys ever see? I don't know if this is like too old of a cartoon movie.
Polo. Oh
No, Balto.
No.
No one's ever seen
Wait, let me look it
Balto.
up.
Yeah.
Nick Hamilton, please. Someone has to have seen Balto. And the plot of Balto. It's an animated movie from like the 90s, so it's not surprising to me that you haven't seen it. But he is like a sled dog.
Oh
right?
yes.
And the whole point of the movie is that like his owner's kid, you know, is sick and needs a vaccine, and Balto's the only dog that can go get it from the town because there's a snowstorm. So Balto's like fighting for his life through the wilderness to bring this vaccine back to the kids in the town.
Oh my
And he like
God.
saves the day. It's the best. Balto's the best.
Okay.
but he's an Iditarod dog.
But I don't like watching anything about the Iditarod ever since Polo.
Oh, because did
Oh,
they
that's
die?
a sad movie, right?
They have to like, it's like
Who's in that? Like, isn't like Chris Evans? No.
Did they get lost?
Yeah, they got lost, and then like the
I'm thinking about
guys like,
Snow Dogs. Cuba Gooding Jr., I believe, is Snow Dogs.
Yeah.
Well, he's a scumbag, but the movie is good.
Okay, I don't remember that one. I forget what happens in Polo. All I remember is just bawling my eyes out.
Oh,
Probably.
It's like
I would assume a dog, maybe a sacrifice. That would get me going.
or like they try to keep their owner warm and like something like that.
Oh no, it was like there was only enough room in the plane for like him, and they couldn't bring the dog, so they just have to leave the dogs.
No,
and then they,
shut up.
throw the dogs like just like in the cold, and they just are slowly
That's horrible.
dying. And it's like, hey, how about you don't fucking
Do that.
do that? Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's sad. Although you never know. Maybe we don't know for a fact they died. Maybe they became wild. Those kind of dogs are closer to wolves
Maybe they ate
than
a fish.
our usuals.
Maybe they ate a fish.
Maybe they started hunting.
Maybe the snow started to thaw eventually.
They gathered
Global
some
warming.
berries.
Yeah.
One thing about the horses racing this year though is I hate when it's muddy. I'm like,
Me too.
Can they
Well, because they're gonna slip. I worry about them
Yeah.
slipping. One year I saw like a horse. Yeah, I don't remember which year. It was during one of the big races, maybe a Derby, a Belmont, whatever. I'm not sure. One of the horses died, or I'm sorry, tripped, fell, broke his leg, and then they like kill the horse right away because horses can't. If they break their legs, they won't be able to like hold up their weight after that. Like even if they're rehabilitated, or they certainly can't race. But like if it's too bad, then they have to. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful.
And I feel like they have like 4 legs.
Yeah.
To watch out for. It's like we only have 2 that we gotta watch out for.
They got a lot of legs. They gotta
They
think
have
about.
double that they gotta watch
They got
out
a lot of legs. I gotta think about. Yeah. Well, we do love horses though. This is a pro horse show. I think.
I've actually been watching this horse show on Netflix called Wildfire.
Oh.
I never heard of. I have no idea. No one's talked about it.
I don't know. I've never even heard of
I
it.
brought it up to like anyone because I feel like no one's gonna know what I'm talking about.
You're just waiting for this whole thing.
I've literally been waiting for this horse call.
Amazing. Perfect.
But
Perfect timing.
literally, this girl basically has this like special connection, like soul connection with this horse, and this horse is supposed to be like taken off to go get slaughtered as meat, but she doesn't want that to happen because she like
It
or,
must
like,
be in like Sweden or something.
yeah, like I don't even know.
I can only say that because
And they
IKEA.
Yeah, I'm like, someone's eating horse meat in Sweden.
They end up this girl ends up saving him and like actually gets arrested. But anyway, it's like her soul, like her and the horse have like the soul connection. So I feel like the horse gets treated really well, but I guess the horses that don't make the cut, those are the ones that go
they
to,
really
like,
don't. That go to the glue factory.
Yeah.
Sad stuff.
Do you remember this movie, Flicka?
Yeah.
Yes.
That,
Oh my
like, let's bring up every
God.
sad horse movie. That one, or Spirit.
Spirit. That's the one. That's
Spirit.
the
What
one.
happened with Flicka again? It was something about
Black
Wall Street, right?
Beauty?
Yes, we used to. We named our. I had an old Suburban, and she was named Black Beauty.
Oh,
Love that.
Or like the cheetahs got to Flicka. Remember, she got like injured or something. The dad didn't want her to keep him or her.
yes. Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw Flicka, but I don't know why.
I can't remember it that
I
well.
can't watch Spirit again. I don't remember why, but anytime I watch a movie where like I know something bad happens, like I never like to watch it.
You're like, I don't want to watch this.
I don't want to watch it again. I'm like
feel that,
Spirit,
though.
I can't. Like internally, I don't know.
Bridge to
why.
Terabithia.
Oh,
Oh, I won't watch that.
classic.
Never ending story. That big thing dies, I think, at some point. Maybe I'm making that up.
Maybe.
You know what I'm talking about? That never ending story where it's like that big, like half dragon, half like mystical beast thing that they all ride around on in their dreams.
I'm not fully.
Oh, there's Nick Hamilton. I wish I could bring him in here for.
Can I say something? This might be like gross and only me thinking. Have you ever had it where like your legs aren't shaved and like I'm wearing leggings right now and it's like the hair is like
Goes
poking
through.
through
Yeah.
the leg.
Yeah, it's the worst. I'm okay.
It's so,
I had to
it makes
shave
you feel
yesterday,
so vulnerable.
It's honestly rude. It's honestly rude by the
also-
clothing. Like I put you over to cover my hair.
Yeah.
Now I'm sitting here and I'm watching it all stick out.
And now I'm like a cactus over here.
And it's rude. And if you press it in a certain way, it'll hurt.
Yes.
There it is, never ending story. Yeah.
Like, where's the beast's face?
There it is. That her,
in the middle.
right next to her face.
This looks like Star Wars.
And it would like fly. Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah, and it would like fly around, and it was this whole thing.
Or do you guys know that one episode on Full House when Michelle gets thrown off her horse?
Oh my God, no! I
And
forget.
she like loses her memory and like she's
Oh
like,
no!
who are you?
Wow, what a dark topic for Full House. That's crazy.
Crazy storyline for them to just throw in.
They're like in
Damn.
San Francisco too. Like they're on a horse.
Her dad didn't want her to go to this horse race.
course.
She went.
I'm sure Uncle Joey and Uncle what's his face were like
Uncle
Uncle Jesse were like, oh, let her live life. And now she's concussed, like memory loss.
Remembers nothing.
That old chestnut, typical stuff.
She comes back and she's like, Uncle Jesse?
Of course.
Too much, right? She's like, as if she's waking. What?
So how do they
Always do
like
that.
patch that up? Does she end up remembering?
After like a couple, like it takes a couple days. And
Oh,
then,
it's
like,
worse.
and they start moving
is it,
in
an
life. Like,
8-hour
as if she's never
episode?
gonna- It's a two-parter.
Oh, of course.
Obviously.
That sounds like a lot.
We're on a cliffhanger whether or not Michelle's
Yeah.
gonna know her family.
That's so
Imagine they
tough
just
times for
killing her
Michelle
off.
Tanner.
Whatever,
Yeah.
It's so
Tough
nuts.
times for Michelle
I'm sorry, I have to derail because Kelly, you're reading Sunrise on the Reaping.
Yes.
Are you loving it?
everywhere.
Actually pulls out a book.
She had it over here, and I was like, I can't wait to bring this up.
Are you gonna
I read it. I love
Yeah,
it.
so I'm literally like I'm reading so slow because like I know it's not gonna go the way I want it to go.
It won't.
And I'm just
By the way,
like
it won't.
I'm scared for it, but it's
It's excellent. It's really. I can't
excellent.
wait for the movie.
I didn't
can't
read
wait for.
all the other ones either. I literally just bought all of them.
I read. I haven't read Songbirds and Snakes, but I saw the movie obviously
Yes,
with
yes, me too.
with
He is so sexy.
Tom Blythe.
Tom Blythe. And why am I blanking right now?
Lucy Gray.
Lucy Gray, but
yeah.
everybody's talking. Rachel Zegler, and
my
Viola
God.
Davis is in it as well. Oh my
Nick,
God,
You're a goddamn saint.
Aw.
Deserve you.
In the
Thanks,
actual
Nick.
game.
Wow, you're so kind.
Nick.
Except for Kelly, but didn't you have you had a little drinky drink?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay. Oh my God! Thank you. Well, I'll double up.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers to
Anna.
Nick.
Yay! Cheers,
guys.
Thank you, Nick.
Happy Thursday. It's 70 degrees out.
Yay!
You guys,
It's beautiful. Nicer than that. I think it's like 76.
guys I have like 4 apartment viewings after this.
I literally hope though that
God, really?
It's gonna be
Wow.
crazy.
I look really stacked up
I'm
here.
scared. What?
you'll know if you like them. Like how hot they are.
How? Oh yeah, like there's
They're really
AC.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing right now.
Oh my God, that's so true. Good point.
yeah. But then I feel like I might have to install an AC unit regardless. I mean, it depends.
Well, you will for sure, but it'll be like
can
how
feel it
intense
if
of an AC
some are-
unit.
yeah.
My room right now does like AC unit isn't working, and I'm in the middle stage of like I don't want to buy a new one because I'm going to move out. My window's like not regulation, so I'm just like fanning it with all these fans, and like it's barely working because it's just rotating the hot air.
Of course, yeah. At night, you gotta get the fan to suck in the cold air from
Yes.
outside.
When we
at
were in
night.
Arizona, something they had at these like outdoor venues, like they didn't have fans, they had mist.
Yeah, it was nice.
That was like behind you.
Lovely.
It was so lovely because with the fan,
They do that in like Disney.
yes, and it was just like all of a sudden like you're feeling there, and it was just like moist and wet. I don't know, it was great.
That would be awful for my hair. My hair would freeze
also
the
be like-
fuck
Like,
up.
to be honest,
I'd be like,
I was just like sunburned and like kind of
Yeah,
like getting
she's
cold,
missed.
and then it was
She's
like getting on my
missed.
back, and I was like, I hate this.
like, enough.
She's
And
literally
now I'm
this,
wet.
and I'm like, oh wow.
Kelly liked it because it probably reminded her of Disney.
yeah. Are you a Disney girl too? Me too, bitch. Me too.
I'm going back June 5th. Yeah, I'm
Are
going
you
with my
fuck-
family.
I'm going in the fall, not to Disney though. I'm going to Universal because
Universal, I wish.
they have the new
Yes.
Harry Potter shit opening up, and they also have new Nintendo World.
Yes.
My brother's a big Nintendo fan, so
so
we're gonna double up. That's
gonna
his
be
belated birthday. As I'm bringing him to,
we wanted to,
hopefully,
but they're
hopefully
sold
end
out.
of September. We're trying to plan it for when all the kids go back to school.
That's smart.
That's smart. And it'll be cooler then.
No, just a brother.
You seem like such a sister girl.
Wow, that is honestly what a compliment, Jackie, because I oftentimes feel like I'm missing that like female friendship because I don't have a sister. Like I have a lot of girlfriends and I'm good friends with girls, but then I see like the girlfriends with sisters and they have like a different kind of relationship with women. And I'm like, damn, am I missing a piece? So I kind of try really hard.
Yeah, no, I really do.
Saying that.
You give older sister energy.
Oh my God,
you what a
thank you.
sister.
But I know
I am an older sister. That is true.
that's true.
Yeah.
But like having a little sister, I feel like you'd be such a like.
Oh my God, that's a really sweet thing. Thank you guys.
Just a little.
Thanks.
you know.
But yeah, but it is because I feel like that like sister relationship is so like
I
you know,
sorta
it's-
get that, yeah.
it like hardens you and it makes you really sympathetic and it
Yeah.
also like you fight like crazy and you get over stuff
sister and
quick.
I
You
never
have a
really,
thick
like-
skin.
I think it makes sense that like because if I feel like I'm like I'm able to get closer with certain girlfriends because we both have sisters. Like I get what you mean with that.
you know what I
Or
mean.
like you just automatically have that like oh we're kind of like
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you know
like
how it is.
sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what it
yeah.
is. But I feel so that's a good compliment.
Having sisters kind of awesome, I will say. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty
having an
jealous.
older sister, like,
Yeah, that's sick.
rocks. Wait, so are you gonna live with your sister again?
no. So she's moving out with her boyfriend. They're going into that
Ooh,
stage.
congrats.
She's like 25.
Shacking up.
Yeah, she's
La,
like,
la,
I'm
la.
ready to do it. I was like,
good for her.
Go girl, do it. And then I'm I was looking for a roommate. This girl who's my mutual friend from
Her wag.
Marist. We went to a rugby game together. Like we were both like the wags of the rugby boys, and we were like chatting.
Cute.
And then by the end, I was drunk, and I was like, "If you ever need a roommate, by the way." And then I actually followed up because I was like, "Wait, I don't have a roommate," and it worked out. And she got this like new job. It like fell into her lap. It worked out perfectly.
Oh my God, meant to be. Written
I
in the
love when that
stars.
stuff happens.
So I think we're gonna do a 2-bedroom, but there was this other content creator who reached out to me who is really good friends with the girl who I interned with at Barstool, and they were like, we could do a 4-bedroom, and I was like, low key, that could be cool.
Ooh, that would be nice to have like an extra room.
Yeah.
That would be like
Me and Maddie were going over like the pros and cons of like what we thought of like living with one versus
3.
But then I was
people,
like,
yeah.
you haven't lived with any of them, so like 1 out of 3 is a better shot.
Yeah.
But then you might feel more secure. With just
I'll
the
say this.
one,
So,
like-
so it's either you live with one person or you live with 2 people, right? So
With 3 people. So it's either 4-bedroom or 2-bedroom.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a big difference.
Yes.
Because I was going to say, I've had the whole slew. I've lived with 2 people, so there were 3 of us. And I liked that because it was like, we all kind of we all did our own thing all the time. If we wanted to hang out, we would. But there was never like that one-on-one roommate thing of like, where are you? Why aren't you hanging out? Go out with me. Blah, blah, blah. I feel like when it's only one of each roommate, unless you guys are both really, content being independent and doing things on your own, sometimes one roommate gets like needy. I feel like that's in my experience.
Yeah.
And if there's more people, it's like a little much. 4 people in one, I mean, I'm sure the apartment would be huge. That's awesome. Or like, bigger.
Yeah.
And then, but I would say, sometimes I can get cliquey, but then there's way less obligation to like be hanging out with everyone.
Yeah.
Like, be there, or
People
like
forget
there's-
about that part of roommates. Is that
Yeah.
they start being like, you're my roommate and now also my best friend.
Yeah, and hang out with me on the couch. Or like,
Right. Like you never watch shows with me or you never watch,
Yeah.
or you could have an amazing experience.
or it could be the best. Like me and my sister living in a 2-bedroom was great because it was like we're sisters. So I was like, okay, I'll be home alone. I don't care. But then like
course.
if it's just someone I don't really know, then it becomes a little different. I also think I would like if it was 4 of us. Like okay, if we're having a pregame, it's like 4 people.
Yes.
It's very
Exactly.
like let's go here. And there's kind of a new thing that just fell in our lap last night because my sister's boyfriend, who's also moving out, he lives in a 4-bedroom. So he was like, we could do a little pass down.
A little swap.
It's a whole thing because I also have these brokers and like
They have a good, does he have a good spot?
he has a good spot. It's a 4-bedroom.
There's a roof.
Pretty big. Yeah, but they can't go on it anymore.
Oh,
Because they went on it and like it was like not a well-made roof and they all kept leaning back and like stools like that and like putting holes in the roof.
Shit.
And it started to rain and like the place that was right below the roof was like we're getting leaked on.
Oh shit.
So they kind of went off it. But
Hey, maybe make a better roof.
Yeah, for real. You gotta have something a little stronger than that.
Stools going through the
Like, what are
roof?
these guys like 500 pounds?
Yeah.
Sure,
What
what
if
the
a
hell?
big pigeon comes along?
I guess it's
The
great.
hell is
I
gonna
don't
go
even-
on there?
Literally.
Yeah.
They are kind of like made of sand for some reason.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
the
They're like
roofs?
flat.
I know what material you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like
This
It
one
does
is, like-
seem, even when you go up to a roof like that, it does seem soft under your feet.
Yeah.
If you're walking on one.
Kind of
Always
like
feels
this.
I'm
Why
gonna
is this
go through.
bouncy?
I don't know. So I'll figure that out. What I like about the 4-bed is there's a people above that we know, like sort of like I know them because they're Jack's friends. That's my sister's boyfriend. So it's kind of like a whole squad.
Love that.
That's really fun.
Damn. Well, you know what? Whatever you see, if you see something, you said you're seeing a bunch today.
Yeah.
You go, you see a bunch. If anything speaks to you and is like, this is my New York City moment. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
that's when you feel it, you really feel it.
You gotta go with your gut, I
Gotta
feel
go
like.
with your gut. Also, you gotta think about the weather all year round. Think about the location, how far it is to walk from a train or
Totally.
whatever. You don't want to go too far west or too far east. And then
I
you got a
know.
bit of a walk. Unless you like a walk.
Because I love where I live right now.
Laundry.
And I was also saying too, I was also like,
Door is
a
so
year's
loud when
not
it closes.
permanent.
Yeah.
Damn.
Year's not permanent, So
Totally,
Like,
that's
whatever you do for a year, like you do the 4-person, you're like, okay, never again. Or
and then
you
I'll
do
be
it and you're like,
older.
woohoo.
Yeah,
Totally.
You can really do anything for a year.
What's everybody? Do you know everybody's like party style? Like, do any of the girls have like a rage all the time, invite people over and loud music till 4 a.m.?
I don't know. This is the only thing that would hold me up on it is one of them, not even hold me up, but one of them is a content creator too. So it'd be
Sure.
like double.
It'd be like 2 9 to 5.
It would be like 2 normal corporate, 2 like we're influencing. So like maybe it'd be nice because we would like have the same.
Yeah, maybe you can collab.
But then maybe like what if like all of a sudden we're like
Maybe that's her angle. Maybe she's
Yeah.
trying to collab with you.
she's like let's collab.
let's collab as roommates.
Because I liked the girl that we interned with a lot, and it was just happened to be she happened to know. I know it's actually crazy. I barely even know any of them, but I'm like, let's do a 4-bed.
That's honestly though, I
fun, yeah.
totally co-sign that though. The less, I mean, I'm not saying like move in with a stranger, but I did do that when I first moved to New York, and it really was good for me finding my own space in New York, like make sure I kept up with my friendships, found my own thing, did what I wanted. Like it was less of a crutch to lean on, and you just meet so many different people. It's like it's the start of your web of friendships, and
Like my little
that web will
village.
get bigger as you're here longer.
Totally.
Nothing
I do
better.
too, and like it's a good way to like kind of, I guess you've already been like out of college for a little bit, but just like that out of college, like almost like living with girls. Like you still get the I mean, I love living alone, but I miss so
getting
much.
ready.
I miss the
getting
pregame,
ready,
too.
putting music on.
Yeah, me too.
And making a little
I
marg.
feel like it's good because like she lived here for a year, so she like found her own footing in New York.
You got the lay of the land.
Yes, and now it's like
Now I can because
now you can balance more because you already have a little.
and two of the girls haven't ever lived in the city, so that'll be fun to like be like, oh, we can go here.
Oh, fun.
I think living away from my sister will be good because I definitely used her as like, oh, your friend's doing stuff, like I'll hang
Definitely.
with you.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
I
You're
don't know.
finding your own identity.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on the process, but
Can't wait. Can't wait to hear. That's fabulous.
I'll look at more
a
spots.
lot of,
Kelly's
lot of
moving
people,
in.
I would say a lot of people moving. So-
Yeah.
oh, you're moving in.
I'm moving in this
Yay!
weekend.
Oh my God.
I'm moving down in
yeah.
Fight Eye with my twin sister.
Oh my God, that is so fun.
And like literally another thing where it just like worked out perfectly. Like their third roommate, like it's one of my sister's friends from college, and like such a sweetheart, love her, but just like living wise, it didn't really work because like my twin and my friend, like we like to go out 3 days on the weekend and stay up till 5 and like
that happens. That happens.
and her friend, like,
better friends,
yes,
not good roommates. Happens all the
exactly.
time.
And
Two
like
of my best friends were like that. They lived together and they were like, it's better for our friendship to not live together. And they've been friends for 15
and that's
years.
literally what they decided. So
Totally.
like we literally like cut like their rent was in February, but like I was like, I'm not ready in February. She hadn't found a place, and like she kind of just made the decision like last minute, like right when they were about to resign.
Right.
So she resigned, and then now like one of their other friends got out of this relationship, and like she was looking for a roommate. So then the third roommate was like,
Divine
oh, I'll go
timing.
live with her. And then I was like,
go.
okay, I'll slide in here. And
Perfect.
now we're all living down in Fight Eye. And
Those apartments in
Let's
Friday, let me
go.
tell you, those high rises are nice. They got
They are
space,
nice.
They got
Big.
a roof.
They're nice. I would say I really love it down there. Only thing that I because I used to work down there, so I loved it a lot. Great like lunch places, great everything. Only thing is that besides like Stone Street, everything else kind of closes at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
but then there's still that whole pocket of like nightlife, fun, food.
we call it like
whatever.
the Shadowlands because I feel like when I wake up, it's just like all over
so
me
dark.
until you get out to Seaport.
Totally.
But we were like, we got really a lucky like deal. We have like one flex wall in our room. Like our place is like
Oh, that's great.
so big, and we have our own
nice.
balcony. And
go.
so we're literally like, all right, like we'll take the 20-minute Uber like up. Also, we're the worst. Like we're like, oh, there's 3 of us, there's 4 of us. That live, like let's all Uber. Like
For
you
sure.
know, so-
Also, though, the trains like Fulton Street stop has every single train.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Every
So you can
train,
go
yeah.
literally anywhere. Oh, I'm excited for you
Yeah.
guys.
Yay.
I love when people get to like move to new places,
Yeah.
like explore new stuff.
Signed to live in the same I love my apartment, but
Yeah.
like, I'm ever so slightly sick of it. But like it's so much to move and like
Yeah.
That's another thing. It's like moving all your stuff. You're like, is it even worth
But I feel like when you get that
I feel.
inkling, now it's like, okay, now like next time it comes around, like you're
Yeah,
it's like, you'll be
exactly.
like, all right, I know I'm itching now. Like,
resigned, so it's too late. But like next year,
yeah, exactly.
I might be on that same Steve's, Jackie. I've now September or beginning of October will be my like the mark of the 3rd year. Like I've now lived. It will be 3 years in that time. So I'll have one more year to be 4. And because everyone's talking about how they're moving to new places and whatever,
Yeah.
I've started kind of looking around, and I love where I live. I live on the Upper West Side. I love it.
love that.
I'm close to the park. It's like, I'm by a Trader Joe's. Like I live my life. It's amazing. I love my apartment itself. Only thing is, when I moved in, there was not a lot of storage. Like there was only one closet.
Yeah.
And like I had to get an armoire and all this shit.
tell you, you
And
have a great
I'm now, yeah. Well, it's like, I have a shopping problem. So it's, but now it's getting to the point where like I cannot put all my clothes away at once. Like it's impossible.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Put it in the
all right.
laundry.
So, right. So I'm like, a year from now, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? I really need to purge like literally half my wardrobe or I'm going to have to move because I can't live like this anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's too much. I'm
Or
too
like-
old to
or
have
even,
like,
the
clothes on the
products.
floor,
Yeah, or like lotion bottles. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use every product until I run out because I
Yes.
can't buy anything new because I have no room. Like I'm at that space too. I'm just
Totally,
like, I have no
totally.
room.
I'm at that stage also where I hate everything in my closet, and I
Yes.
just want to throw it all out. and
literally
buy
started
new
that
clothes.
spring.
That's always a
swear
good.
that's
That's a good purge mindset, though. Like I have to be in that mindset to get rid of stuff because
Yes.
otherwise I'll be like looking through my closet and I'm like, oh, this jumper from 8 years ago that doesn't even.
I'll
fit me
wear this,
anymore.
and I'm
but you never know.
Yeah.
Like my ass hangs out the bottom, but who cares? Like
And sometimes you
what
do
if I have to go to a
something out
party
and you're like,
Wait, yes.
always happens.
Especially because fashion is always coming back now. Like the fucking cropped leggings. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
are we
Oh,
doing this?
I can't.
I bought 3 new pair. I bought 2 pairs last year,
Yeah.
and they were like ugly and stupid because I was like, I'm not going to splurge on this trend, and now it's still popping off. And I bought like a cute pair this year, and I do love them, and I want like 10 more pairs.
Oh,
like it's one of
see?
those.
Yes. Or like I'm a culprit of like, oh, I'll totally wear this next St. Patrick's Day or like next.
I'm literally the worst. I can justify anything. I'm like, okay, but what if I wear this if my 7-year-old cousin gets her communion Christmas? It's a rainy Sunday.
Yes.
And that will fit in. But if it's a sunny Sunday, I can't do it.
Well, at least we're all prepared for all scenarios. Yeah. What do you guys think about? Okay, so I have under my bed, I have a huge like storage thing. It's like a soft storage thing full of like costumes, essentially, like pieces of costumes, like funky from Halloween, from dicking around, from like themed parties, like so much shit. Right? I never, obviously, I'm not using it in my house, my day to day, whatever. I'm thinking about getting and mailing to this place like a huge costume chest, just like a massive big something.
I love that idea.
To keep somewhere. I'm gonna bring it all that, throw that in there, and everybody can like use it or throw their own costume stuff in.
I think that's smart.
Frees up some space for me, and I feel like why not? We can fuck around with, I love to dress up. I love to have fun. I feel like we're not kooky enough sometimes.
Totally.
And maybe some of my accessories, like I would buy a huge chest and like have it delivered here at the office.
That would be lit.
And just kind of keep it in like a corner, and it's like hair free for all. Anybody can. This is the Barstool costume chest.
Yeah, I have a little miscellaneous drawer too. Like I call them like props. I'm like, does anyone else have like human props? Like,
yes, like that's. Why do I have so many props?
Like we literally went storm chasing, and I literally am like, Maddie's like, I don't have any t-shirts, and I'm like, I have this Big Daddy Splash one. I got this one that says suck my balls. Like I just have like all this like random. But like I never want to get rid of it because it always comes in clutch.
Always. And like, I have like 8 pairs of cat ears, and it's like, I've got a police officer costume, a fucking referee costume. Some of them are like slutty Halloween, and others are like, I bought it for a skit and nobody ended up wearing it, and now I just have like a,
I'll contribute to the
regulation size.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
French maid outfit.
It's kind of one the KC radio room for like out of order stuff. Like,
sure.
You just have that keep piling on.
Absolutely.
Like, we have like the amount of.
I'll just come in with the thing I have is so big, like it's literally this big, this wide, and packed this thick. Like it's so much.
Now this would be the dream.
It's too much.
What if we got like a closet here?
That's what I'm saying. Should we make a
And then we like organize
IKEA closet.
What if we expense a bunch of really cute clothes?
Listen, I'll just buy
Put a
everything.
revolve order.
Put it in a room. We'll make up our closet. It can be like our costume closet.
Yes.
Hello.
Are you guys
Joey had this wig wall. We could do a costume closet.
We have a room upstairs that we built that like has all the props and everything.
And it's a walk-in closet?
That's right. It is a walk-in closet.
It's a giant room. It looks like it's like storage. It's like for all
In
of
the
our
back,
old
right?
props.
I think it's in the back.
Oh my God, let's turn it into our fun, funky costume closet.
So Kelly and I can put our
Blue side.
billions of Cheez-It varsity jackets, and like we got like jerseys at every stop for cheese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
anybody want a Notre Dame vintage or a Virginia Tech?
Right.
I'm like, this is crazy, but I need a cheese at varsity jacket.
I need an Auburn football jersey that has a hot dog stain.
You never know. And also too, like we get, we're lucky enough people send us stuff at this office all the time, and I'll get stuff at home, and I just don't have space for a million branded t-shirts, you know what I mean? But maybe they could be used somewhere else. So yeah, okay. I'm glad to have gotten your feedback.
Wait, that's awesome that we have.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah. So all right, I'll take a look up there, see what they got going on. I think I'm definitely gonna have to get another chest because just to hold all my bullshit. So maybe we'll just turn it into.
Sorry.
Keep going. I'm rambling. I'm saying nothing.
No, do you guys as influencers like get? Would you be able to like expense getting a new outfit for like an on-camera?
Probably not. No, I wouldn't risk that.
Yeah.
The only thing I would like props, stuff like that.
Depends
Sure.
on, like what?
Yeah.
It's like a big shoot. But no, if I needed to get like a gown for
Like
if I wanted to buy, if I was buying a gown for the Bet Gala, I wouldn't.
Or just buy it. Because then I'm like, oh, I'll wear it again maybe. Or
Only one
Probably
time
not,
for, like
but-
personal beauty, we went to
You guys look
a live show in Seattle.
Yeah, your
We
office.
went to the live show in Seattle. We were like, oh, should we expense like getting our hair blown out?
that I think you can more get away with.
We didn't end up
Hair and
doing it
makeup.
because we were just like not worth it. Like we're in Seattle. Like let's be.
I think
grateful
you
for
could.
that,
I would
but-
say hair and makeup's a little different because I've gotten my hair and makeup done like for a Barstool things.
Yeah.
And usually they pay for it. So, but as long as it's like in advance, and I mean, you guys are grinding your dicks off. I feel like
Yeah, I was
somebody
gonna say, you'd be like, hey,
they can give $100 to get your makeup
food.
done.
Yeah.
For a
Or
whole
like-
ATV trip.
Yeah.
We tried to. Oh, Kelly and I were so stupid. We were in Arizona for like 4 days before the Bet Gala, and we were like, okay, like well, let's shop around. We're like waking up on Sunday in Arizona. We're like, okay, we'll get our hair done tomorrow. Yada yada. Wake up the day of the Bet Gala. We're like, let's just call and see if anybody can take us for our hair.
Well, we assumed that the Monday, because the Met Gala was on a the Bet Gala was on a Monday, we were like assuming that we could walk into any place at 11 a.m. on a Monday, and any of these
who would
be
even
open
be?
because who else is out here?
Agreed. I would probably think
We called 15.
We called. They all were booked. Literally, we're like, "Can you fit us in the next 2 hours?" They're like, "The first thing we have is 5 p.m." We're like, "What?"
we had to be there
hell?
too.
We had to literally.
What's going on in Scottsdale?
So many people were there. We had to go to Sephora and buy like $300 worth of hair tools. I brought like a Bondi Boost blower out and a crimper.
First, we're justifying it because I was like, well, at home I don't even have any hair.
I do need this.
So even though I'm in this tight situation, like obviously it just means I have to buy this $300
Exactly.
device to do my
Kelly,
hair.
That's girl math.
Like Kelly and I literally got our shit together for the Met Gala.
We had
in an
1 hour. We had 1 hour. Literally,
Hair
like,
and makeup, shower,
hair, makeup,
full shower.
to get
You
ready.
guys looked unbelievable. 1 hour?
We did
That's
our own
insane.
makeup too. We literally, Devin was curling my hair as I was like doing setting powder.
They tried to FaceTime me. Devin's the best. They literally tried to FaceTime me, and I'm like, I literally can't talk. Like, I literally can't. Like, I'm literally.
Yeah. Like right now is not the time.
Like,
I was going to work.
Crunch time. Yeah.
Devin's like
I gotta get
so
glam.
good at like being ahead of time and like being prepared. Literally, she's just being prepared.
She's very punctual. She's very.
and so like she's like all like
She's like 5 minutes.
we're
We're like,
calling her like on the streets, like where we're sprinting through the streets of Scottsdale, and we're like, we can't find any places that are open, blah blah blah. And, you know, she's like doing her hair, and
she's like, this is a learning lesson, girls. She's like,
fair.
really?
Honestly,
Yeah.
fair. I bet if
right.
you told her you were looking for things, she would have done it on Sunday.
Oh, she was like, I thought you already made the appointment.
Yeah,
We're like, nope, we were just betting on
I
life.
feel like that's like the most like classic like girl thing ever.
Totally,
like,
yeah.
You have like the whole morning to get ready, and then you end up like cramping in, getting
like,
ready within
what
an
the hell
hour.
happened?
Yeah, and you're
Yeah, yeah.
sweating. Like,
I do that. Yeah, I do that every
why does that happen to everyone?
I don't know.
You know, I do it every single time, but like the times when I don't, it's such a lovely experience getting ready. Like
I know.
at a normal
Get up
pace.
early, right?
my
If I have 2 hours, like I can pull it together in 1 hour. I can shower, blow out, you know, but it has to be. It's the basics. Like I'm using my round brush blow dryer. You know what I mean? And I can do my makeup, and I can get out the door if I already know what I'm wearing. That's also a big part.
That's
of
what
it.
helped us. We were like, at least we
That's
know
a
what we're
huge part
wearing.
of it because sometimes if you're getting ready in a hurry and you don't know what you're wearing, then that's when everything in
eat
your
up my
closet
whole
looks like
time.
shit because you're
Yes.
like, I'm putting this on. Disgusting, gross, I'm too pale,
Yeah.
this doesn't fit right, I'm fat, whatever, like that. That's when that starts coming in,
Yeah.
and then you're 20 minutes late. I'm a guaranteed 10 minutes late to probably every
Me too.
event where I need to be gussied up. You know what I mean? Like, I'll show up on time for something that I don't have to have like a full face. But if I need to be like full on, unless I'm leisurely getting ready 2 hours ahead of time, then
What
forget it.
order are you guys? Are you guys dress, hair?
I am I'm makeup, hair, makeup, everything but mascara, hair, outfit, mascara last, perfume,
Ooh.
And then out.
shoes out the
I'm
door.
hair, makeup, outfit, shoes.
I'm makeup, hair, outfit, but all my friends are outfit first.
Yes, I'm outfit first.
And it
Oh
never.
no, you get shit all over your
Yeah,
I sit in a robe until I absolutely
But
have to
I'm
get
at
out of it.
least like I'll be outfit like by outfit first though I mean like I have to have my like outfit plan.
To know what you're wearing.
Oh no,
what I'm wearing.
That's not wearing.
Yes, but like sometimes I'll put my shirt on. It really depends on like how bad I'm rushing. But I feel like I always plan my outfit first, and like all of a sudden I'm like I have an hour, and I'm like okay now I have 20 minutes because like.
Yeah,
No,
right, 'cause it
planning
takes
out-
throwing my
forever.
shit on my just clean my room all day. Now everything's
And everything's all over
everywhere.
the floor, of course. Especially if you're going on the weekend. Like,
Yep.
forget it. It's like a bomb went off.
Or it's like the most
Literally.
niche event. It's like, okay, what am I wearing to the beer garden at 2 p.m.? Like, how do I want to be perceived? What do I want to wear? Like, that was nice for the Met Gala because we just had a dress, but the others.
Yeah, I love an event I know about in advance that has a theme. That's why I love themes so much. 'Cause
Yes.
It's like, I can think about everything I have, maybe get like one extra piece. Like last night we had the Midnight Bean launch party. Shout out.
Yes, I'm sorry we couldn't make it.
Oh no! Oh my god! It was so casual.
Oh no, yeah, it was a great time. Yeah, it was super fun. It was like everybody went through. They had them up at the bar, shaking. We're all drinking, hanging out, carrying on. But when Kevin posted about it last week or whatever, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? I wish I knew about this. I gotta get an outfit together.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I can find something to put together that I'm wearing, but I found espresso martini earrings, and I was like, this will be the centerpiece.
Yeah.
So
Love.
if I find a centerpiece, then I'm good usually. But yeah, that's the going back and forth. When I'm doing hair and makeup, I'll sometimes think about what I want to wear because then once I get to the eyeshadow, I'm like, well, maybe I want to match.
Yeah.
You know what the
Nothing.
worst thing that happens is when you have it planned out
And then you try it on, you're like,
and
what
you're like, I know I get screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the only time when like I'm like I like see fucking red when like an outfit doesn't look good on me, and I feel like I will like yell, and my neighbors can definitely hear me. Like that's the only time I will yell. I'll be like, God fucking damn it!
Yeah. I'm always like, oh motherfuck.
And my sister's like, fuck. We have 5 minutes. My sister's like, come on. I'm like,
Fuck you!
How dare you say that?
take to the 30 seconds with 5 minutes. Like I will go to the very end.
Yeah,
of my
no,
day.
that's where I'm by far I'm the most prima donna in any aspect of my life is when I'm getting ready and like if I don't feel good, like I will scream. I do the jump like
Yeah. I will
like
throw
stomping your
tantrum.
feet. Yeah.
and then I'm like
Full ass tantrum.
literally I'm like thinking about how like I share a wall with my neighbors and I can hear their 2-year-old babies crying and how they can hear me crying. And meanwhile, Ordinary by Alex Warren's like blaring out by Alexa and I'm screaming crying over it.
Ordinary. Like, motherfucker. Yeah.
My neighbors
Too
just
ordinary.
hearing, like my body's weird. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh my God! Wow, what an adventure.
Yeah.
How was? I mean, I know we keep talking about the Bet Gala. I had a lot of FOMO again because I wanted to dress up, but it seemed like a funky event. Like
was
there was
so
the
funky.
Knicks Celtics were
Celtics
playing.
game.
Everybody was popping off.
Yeah.
It was so like random.
Cinco de
like,
Mayo.
There was like a lot going on. A lot of different people. Wait, can I just tell you that I was like, Keegs would have ate up.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I would
say
have
that. Yeah.
I have a theory that I wasn't invited because I would have eaten everybody up.
No, you would
my
have
theory.
like
my theory.
and Jackie would have too. Of course.
Jack would have too.
No, that was a pity. I don't want your
And I was like, yeah, she would have.
yeah. That was a ridiculous.
By the way,
Did you hear me trail off, Jackie? I was like, yeah, Jackie too.
I'll actually
No,
just go
you're
fuck
so
my stuff.
beautiful.
You guys can continue.
Stop.
That was
stop.
no, but it was definitely like
Very beautiful.
Like Jerry O'Connell like gave us a kiss on the cheek and was like, "You look stunning, lady."
He's
like,
so nice.
wait,
like
it was
so
so
fun.
he was like a child actor, I think,
No,
literally
no.
couldn't-
He's married to Rebecca Romaine.
like a hottie.
Yeah. But like, was he sober? Like,
Oh no, I think everybody was drinking.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think it was a drinking event.
I haven't taken that many shots in a minute. The amount of people like.
Oh, shots.
I was literally like
Shots,
Megan
shots.
making money. He's like, "You want a tequila shot?" I'm like, "Let's go,
Oh,
babe."
Megan,
It's like
no,
Bree and
no
Josh,
shocker there.
Like, let's go take shots. I'm like, all right, we're taking shots.
The usual suspects.
Yeah, they were live streaming too the whole time, so it's like you're like taking a shot, and I'm like, wait,
That is
what
bold.
say?
I
Well,
would not
Josh-
be. If I'm drinking
no.
too much, do not put
I
a
don't
live
know
stream
how
on.
they
I
did.
know.
Like, he literally had a
Literally
live
live
stream on
stream.
the entire time.
Camera guy was like,
He was like, his arms are
hurting.
getting tired. I felt like that was a little like dystopian too. I'm like, I feel like it's crazy to like live. I mean, if people do it now, but like live streaming while you're also interacting, it's just like crazy.
I would never. I mean, if someone was like, "You got to do this, you got to do this," and I
yeah.
know I'm on live, I couldn't be doing shots, and that not because I'm like worried about what I would say. I just think that I sometimes I let it fly. Sometimes I'll be a little maybe rude or like I'm making fun or I'm gossiping or something, and I don't need that broadcast. to the
I
world.
can
So,
have a whole hour of like me like being consciously aware, and then it can take 1 second.
Takes
all
one
of a
thing.
sudden,
Yeah, it takes one
I
thing.
forget, and I'm saying
Bold.
God knows what.
Yeah.
People love watching live shit. Well, they're doing it right
I
now.
mean, like, thanks for tuning into our live.
yeah. And that being said, thank you for being here live.
I mean, I thought that Josh did a good job with it. He seemed like on and like
Yeah, he was
energetic the whole
he's
time,
so
and
sweet.
I was like,
so
oh my
sweet
God.
and so handsome. I think he's precious angel.
Yeah, we saw Gilly. I was like, "Yo, Gilly."
Oh yeah, how was
I was like, "Remember me? Remember we were in the."
Did he remember you?
Yeah, he was
Hell
like,
yeah.
yeah, that shit was crazy. Like that helmet I wore, I was like, yeah, I thought you like, cause when I saw
forgot about that.
Gilly with that helmet, I was like, I thought that was his thing. Like I thought he always
Yes,
wore
like
that.
Carlos from
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
Time
yeah.
Rush.
I feel like that was one thing that was unexplained.
Good pull.
In surviving, like, where did the helmet come? What was the origin?
He just found it and was
He
like,
found it on the floor like right before we started doing the challenges and was like, I'm gonna wear this, and then he just wore it, and then we won, I think, right?
yeah, and then it was like,
He was like, it became like a lucky thing.
he was like, I wanted to get out of there so bad. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was the craziest thing ever.
But then it was crazy because there was one point where we were doing this like balance beam thing, and it was just the three of us at the end trying to get through, and Gilly ate shit so hard. Like it didn't really translate as much on video as it did in person.
The sound that I made.
We thought he was dead. Like if he didn't
so thank
have,
God he was wearing
yes, like if he didn't have the helmet on, he would be dead.
Or if it hit his neck.
anything, like it was. Oh my God, it was like. We stopped everything. We were like, "Holy fuck, are you okay?" Like it was a
Yeah.
crazy thing, and he popped right back up, and he was like, "This is divine intervention. That's why I'm wearing this."
Oh my
helmet."
God! Oh my God! The
Crazy,
Barstool
right?
lawyers probably like, holy fucking.
They're like,
shit.
thank God.
I think Rob lost lives off his. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Jesus,
That's so. Crazy.
it was crazy. Oh, but they're a good time though. They're always they're always whooping it up.
I think Biz stopped in for like 1 second and then left. I'm trying to think of any like other unique people.
My
we saw,
boyfriend Biz.
Kelly. Oh yeah, you know.
Me, I'm trying to get that. I just keep trying to like spread that rumor.
There was this one man that was there, and he was so handsome.
Ooh, split.
Yes, but we didn't know he was
Say
so
it.
handsome. He was wearing this I literally wish I could. He was wearing this white suit, and he was there with his girlfriend, and we literally
Bummer.
by accident
Yeah.
ran into him because I literally bumped into her when we were trying to film a video, and I spilled on her, and I was like,
Oh no, you were subliminally spilling on
and
this
I was
man's
like,
girlfriend.
Shit. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, so sorry. And
We're
then
trying to figure out who she was, but
then we're talking with them.
You're go home.
And you know, he was this hot, whereas he's literally talking, and I'm literally in my head, it's like la na na na.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
like
the TikTok
I-
audio that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
La la la.
Yes.
That girl right there.
And then I
Oh
told
no, there's video of you spilling on her.
because I told Kelly to post it and caption it like when you by accident spill an NFL.
Transition, but you bump into an NFL.
It wasn't
an NFL.
Oh, and
girl.
she has a beautiful dress on too.
Genuinely
Damn.
don't know if you don't know who it was.
You
Still.
guys are so. You're right in her grill. Like,
No, she was.
Couldn't have picked anywhere
In the
else.
beginning, before we started talking to her, she was definitely pissed at us, and then we were like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and she was like, "Okay."
She's like, wait, do you want me to
Kelly
get in it?
Kelly
And,
took a bunch of shots, and
yeah.
then she came through and was like, "Excuse me."
She literally was like, do you want me to fake beat you up for your video? And I was like, oh.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to beat my ass. You saw me looking at your man. Okay. Message received, girl.
Really?
Message received.
But apparently that guy walked by like a bunch of, because we were with Fran and she was like, yeah, apparently that guy walked by a bunch of other guys at Barstool and they all were like starstruck.
Is this him?
Who? Yes.
Oh, who's that?
Is that?
Handsome. Oh my god, and she's so pretty too. Fuck.
Yes, no, they were
Wow,
perfect.
he's
He looks a
adorable.
little
Who is he, Nick?
different
It's
in
not
that
his best
pic.
picture.
Nick John White. I don't really know anything about him. I know Mark Titus was drooling over him on the act the other day.
Got
so
it.
I knew
Okay.
he followed him.
Basketball, I guess. Then. I mean, he's so tall.
Wait, can you zoom in a little bit?
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's
middle.
his fucking
my
face. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Look at that middle pic.
Is that the hottest man in the world? What the hell? That middle pin?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Knock
Look at that white tee.
Knock into his girlfriend to know he's looking at me. Meanwhile, she's mad. I'm just looking at him because I'm looking at the eyes.
She's got to be used to it. Look at him.
She's an influencer on her own. She's like a cart girl that does a bunch of special stuff.
Oh.
Kate knew about her.
Those cart girls are great. Oh, excusez-moi. Those
Even for the fucking 10K.
yeah, I'm like, God.
Are you almost there?
don't get people too excited.
Also, too, we were trying to
Yeah,
decide-
those cart girls, I like their content. I don't know if she's the same
I
one
think
that I'm always
it's so
seeing.
fun to watch that.
I think actually she is. I think I've seen her do this content.
She was really pretty.
Is she the one that she's always kind of she's like, this is how I have to act around the guys, and she's like, yeah, so cool guys,
Yeah.
haha, funny, and then in reality she's smart and normal. I think it's hilarious.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun dynamic. Like you're an influencer cart girl, and then your boyfriend just golfs with you.
Yeah,
and
that's
hang out all the
Fun.
time.
Wow, what a handsome couple.
Yeah. And
Handsome couple.
she, too, she was wearing one of those dresses where it was you could see through. So she was wearing little underwear.
Yeah, like a
or
little
whatever.
sheer number. Yeah, love.
And we couldn't tell because her butt crack was showing. And we were like, this
Oh,
is white.
crack? Crack at the Bet Gala? Yeah, we were breaking news. Crack at the Bet Gala.
No, literally.
And we were like, do we tell her her crack's out, or is that for the look? Does she
No, it's definitely for the look.
Have you seen
her-
there's butt crack cleavage now?
No, yes, of course. Of course. That's what I'm
Crack
saying.
cleavage.
I think she fixed it though. So
Crack
we
cleave.
we
So-
came to the.
maybe it was slipping. Maybe the dress was
Crackage.
pushing.
I think he was
down.
like, "Yo, your cock's slipping."
Yeah, we don't know.
Here's the thing. After you come over, number one, so Kelly walks in. She's like, I'm gonna ogle someone else's man. I'm gonna spill a drink on his bitch.
Then I'm gonna talk about her
say,
butt crack.
Your butt crack's out. So
Yeah.
probably for the best.
I was just trying to make friends, do good on the Barstool.
Everywhere
name.
you go, you're just trying to.
legitimately
That is
gonna fight
so funny.
I remember one time we were at an event for KFC Radio, and there was this man who was 6'6".
Oh God, say no more.
It was mustache. It was he was just so tall and oh my God, he was so sexy. I actually every time he walked by, I was trying my hardest to keep conversations with somebody. And I was like,
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
I
the
keep
worst when you're visibly rattled.
what? Somebody literally had to be like, Jackie, Jackie. And I was like, oh
No,
my
it's
God.
impossible. I'll say it. I'm embarrassed because it was so recent and people will be able to figure it out. Yesterday, there was a hottie hot in this office that I'd never seen before. Came through. I'll explain. Maybe I won't say it right now because he recently followed me back on Instagram. I want to act cool. But he came through and literally at the exact same time, me and Pat, jaws on the floor, couldn't just staring in
this office?
in this office to the point where Nate was like, "Oh, you guys, you're disgusting." Blah blah blah. He was
Of
so handsome.
course.
He was friends with Robbie Fox. He was on Robbie Fox's show.
Oh yeah. Robbie was like, "Hey, can you take a photo of me and my guest?"
So
And I
who
walked
the
in being
fuck
like,
is that?
Oh my
like
God.
an hour looking at his Instagram, and he's like, he works for like movie stuff. Very handsome, seems very lovely, but I had never seen him before. I was like, damn, that guy is hot.
"Yeah."
Love a surprising
Yes.
hottie walking in.
But you know what bothers me? Like, I'll be walking on the street and I'll be like talking with someone, and like obviously I eye some good looking man, and so I'm stopping talking because I'm rattled, and I'm like looking, and like they're just seamlessly going on with their conversation, and I'm like, wait, how come I'm rattled?
Like, oh, are you not talking by me?
There's a hottie in the building. Are we not all noticing a hottie in the
You know,
building?
like you're not allowed to like show your shoulders because guys like can't like. I'm like, oh, I get it now. Like I can't keep my. If I was trying to be taught calculus right now, like I would not be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like, oh
for
my
real.
Calculating's happening.
Have you guys
right now.
seen that? There's this old like video. Oh, what?
Sorry, I looked up the guy.
Oh, my guy that I'm talking about?
Oh my God.
Are we all creeps?
No, seriously, yeah, like this maybe, I don't know if he was very handsome, very sweet, like so nice.
I'm just like 6'7", yeah.
Yeah, he was so tall, like so tall.
Yeah, wow.
Very sweet. Seems
Robbie's
sweet.
like,
Robbie Foxy, how many get a text from Robbie Fox being like, can you stop thirsting over this guy?
Yeah.
Followed him at 1 a.m. on Instagram. Like, it's embarrassing.
but he followed back.
Yeah, he did. He followed back this morning. Anyway, so have you guys seen, there's like an old timey clip from like, I don't know, like a study done in like the 60s where it's like these two girls and they're like 60s girls or 50s girls or something. And they're sitting, it's all black and white. And this like the most handsome man you've ever seen walks in and sits down. And he's like, hello, ladies. I'm a teacher and I'm trying to be a teacher for your school. And I'm just wondering if you think the other ladies will like me as their teacher. And they were like, they both were like looking at each other like, is this for fucking real? And then they're like, ha ha ha. And he's like, all right, I'll be right back. And then he leaves and the both of them are like, what the fuck? Like they're both like, oh my God. They're like fixing their hair. But the caption essentially is like, girls are like girls no matter the decade. Like all girls will thirst over like a handsome man.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I like love seeing it.
Wait, that's such a fun.
That's so real.
It's really
Girlhood.
cute.
I love that girl.
That's what it was. It was like girlhood. Yeah, it's like
literally no better feeling of someone
You
walking
know,
in.
in Grown Ups, the movie Grown Ups,
Yeah.
when like all the moms are together and they're at this pool for their mom day, and they're all like out in their bikinis, and like this really hot guy walks over that they've been like ogling. It's like, oh my.
Yeah. Oh my.
You do that really well.
Rada. Yeah.
And then he comes over and he's like, hey, yo, ladies, I'm from Saskatchewan, eh?
Yeah.
I'm from Saskatchewan, eh? Up in Canada, eh? You know, and then they're all like laughing at
And they,
him.
right, but don't they like they roll their eyes and pull out their books and put the sunscreen on and like
There's some hot guys that literally have like, or like, he's so hot, but his personality sucks. He's so hot, but he had like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's hard to find the perfect.
God does not give with two hands, they say.
No.
I feel like I'd be so stressed out if I lived in Australia though, because I feel like it's like their
forget it.
personality there. Or their
I wouldn't even just.
They've got it all. Well, the accents do a lot of heavy
Yeah, a
lifting. Like,
lot.
if you're hanging out with an Australian guy or somebody with an accent, if they had an American accent, like would you like them? Just
Yeah, they would be
probably
boring.
not.
probably not.
And being like, come on, sweetie,
Yeah.
or whatever.
You know, love of me somewhere. Like there was a bunch of Australians that they were hanging out with at one point, and they were like all in the Plant Breeze studio. And I walk in.
Oh yeah.
They're like, Jackie, come here, and they like asked me a question, and I was like,
What?
I was like, are you? I was like, are you guys gonna
no.
do a podcast? Like,
Are you guys gonna work here?
no,
You don't process anything.
I was like,
Jackie's Google search is it okay to date a coworker?
no, was it? And I was just like, well, you guys should probably do.
They're like,
You guys should get on camera. A little piece of advice. She walks in. She's like, "Listen, I'm a big time producer here.
Yeah.
And if I know one
Listen,
thing, it's
I see
talent.
talent,
I
yeah,
see
when I see
talent in you."
Yeah.
love that.
They have that new bar called Old Mates.
That's right.
Yes,
oh my
and it's the
God.
first
The Australian bar.
First Australian bar. And
went.
I saw a picture of Sarah Snook there.
Oh,
Shiv from Succession. She's Australian.
I didn't know that, but yeah, I went there. First
How
of all,
was it?
everyone's Australian.
Yes.
Like it's all like too. It was a lot of dads with like little kids that were like speaking their Australian
like
accent.
Corky, this point's fucking mean.
And everyone that works there, they were so nice. It was a really good time.
I love that.
I would love to go there.
Fun.
I'd love to go.
recommend.
That just popped up on my secret NYC account or whatever that I follow recently. It was like first Australian bar opens in the financial district.
Yeah.
La, 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 la. So I got to get down there.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's honestly been a while since I've been down there. Like I feel like this
Summer's
is
the best time.
This
to
is
go
the prime time for it. Yeah.
By
So
the water is really nice.
Yeah.
They're doing a special thing today because it's May 8th. Mate.
Oh, what? We have to go.
I'm like cancel my plans.
I have to go after my viewing.
I'm like, maybe after the viewings.
Because it sounds like I have like a viewing for a funeral, but I think Kelly and I breezed over how we got home from the Met Gala. It was like the worst.
Oh yeah,
travel day of our-
explain. I feel like everybody got shit luck coming to the gala.
Okay, so we get on. We had the first flight out the next morning. We're like still
7
drunk.
a.m.
It was 7 a.m.
We had to be up at 4:30. So we got back from the Bet Gala like.
We were really like still kind of drunk, and we woke up laughing at everything. So fun.
I love that.
That's good,
Literally
yeah.
the best feeling.
Maddie
Pat
looks over
Bev
to
was
me.
on our
Another good
flight.
thing about
Oh my God, Pat Bev on the flight. Wow.
Maddie looks over to me and she's singing the song like Dancing Through Life. She's like, this is me right now. Like that was like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
We
vibe.
looked at Pat Bev, we go like this. He's like, why y'all so funny? I'm like, I love you. He's so funny.
I love Pat
Then
Bev.
we get in our seat. I pass out for like the first 4 hours. Kelly was in and out of sleep. Then the guy comes on, the controller, what's his name? The pilot. Was on the seeker. And he's
Yeah,
like,
that guy.
Yeah. Some guy up front started getting real mouthy.
Some fucking guy, random guy. He's like, there's some air traffic control problems getting into JFK, so we have to do some circles, yada, yada, yada. We do some circles. He comes back on. He's like, all right. We got to do a gas and go stop in Buffalo. We're literally in Buffalo. We have to land in Buffalo. We're there for an hour and a half.
Because I think a lot of like there was weather like somewhere in Boston that
So
was
the
bad.
Newark thing
So
happened.
they couldn't like fly.
Oh, that's right.
through
So
it.
Newark had like a 90-minute blackout,
Which is-
right? I heard about that. I didn't dive deep, but I heard about it, and it's like
scary.
fucked up air travel at Newark for like a month or something.
Yes.
Everything is screwed.
Everything's screwed over because this
and
is
to redirect flights everywhere.
like all the people in the control room at Newark literally lost control of every flight in the air for a full 90 seconds.
Well, it was like, wasn't it that they were understaffed, and then when that happens, people have the opportunity to like call out because
Yes, and they all
they all called out.
They all called out because it stressed them out so much that
So no one was around to like run the fucking planes.
literally crazy. So yeah, we had to stop in Buffalo, and then we ended up like getting off the plane to get a sandwich. Then we had
He's
to
like,
get back
you have
on.
40 minutes and we will leave without you.
Yeah, we were like, oh shit. We ended up landing in JFK at like 8 p.m. We were up for
Oh my
so
god,
long. It was-
nightmare! Did at any point the hangover kick in?
Oh yeah, on the flight. I was like,
And of course, I get
Worse.
back home and I was locked out. I was like,
No,
Yeah, so my mom was just at pickleball, so she came back. But I'm like,
Okay.
I was like,
your mom's like, I was in the middle of my set, Kelly. I was trying to protect the kitchen.
Like enough. Oh wow. Oh my god. I hate nothing worse than like a long ass travel day. I had avoided a really bad travel day coming back from Mexico a few months ago. I was going through Atlanta, and it was at that time where like some shit was going down in Atlanta, and everybody's flights got delayed by like 2 days. It was like all this shit. And I was myself and two of my friends were like the last flight going through. But when we were at the airport, like chaos started to happen, and we saw it happening around us, and we were like, shit is going down. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Obviously, like it was fine. It was just like cancel planes and weather and whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess there was like a huge cheerleading competition going on in Atlanta too. So everybody was like waiting to leave the next morning or whatever. And then everyone got stuck there for like 3 days because of some whatever. But we got out on time. God bless.
Thanks.
And I just kept thinking like, if I had gotten stuck for 2 days post like a week, a 40th birthday, like a gay 40th birthday,
Yeah.
so just like drinking, drugs, everything,
Yeah.
for like 5 days. I was like, if I got stuck in Atlanta for 2 days, I don't think I would ever. I think I'd just
It's
jump.
like the worst.
It's
like,
enough.
It's such a scary feeling also when you feel like you're stuck on the plane too, and then you start to think about like, okay, I'm in the air, I'm also on a plane, there's a billion strangers, and I'm like breathing the same recycled air. Wait, and then we started talking about because do you watch a lot of Broadway, or you know about?
Yeah, I know enough. Yeah.
I recently discovered, because you know Mary Space Kate, who was Galinda, or no?
Oh, yes.
Alphaba.
Yes,
I
yes,
love
yes.
her on TikTok, Mary Space Kate.
Yes,
I think
yes.
it's Mary Kate Morsey. Her new role came out that she's in the Come Far From Far Away.
yes.
And then I did a deep dive on that play or that musical about what it's about, and I had no clue what it was about, and I thought it was so cool.
yeah, sorry.
Oh, should I say what it's about?
Yeah, so it's about.
It's literally about.
I don't know if I know this.
It's a story of like 32 people that were on a plane. So basically, on the day of 9/11, all the planes that were headed to like the New York airports were diverted to like.
Wait, is this about like the Pennsylvania plane?
No, it was about like 7,000 people that were in the air headed to New York were diverted to Newfoundland.
Yes.
And all had to like go to Newfoundland and
Yeah.
like stay there for
Canada,
like,
right? Yeah, right on the border. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it's a story about how they all. It's like someone from Canada, someone from Mexico, like all got along. It's like people on this plane, like we're at the bars, like catching up. And in the play is like 32 individual people who like have stories from that day,
Oh my god.
which is like cool.
This
But
isn't.
Is it true?
Sarah Snook's thing? Is this Sarah?
Maybe.
Wait a second. Where she plays all those characters?
Yeah, and then of course, like Maddie's telling me about it like that morning, and then like we're now stuck in Buffalo, and I'm like,
Oh no, sorry.
nowhere near the same, and I'm like, and
we're
look
gonna
what you manifested into real life right now.
When you think about like the plane stories and like whatever, it is crazy. Like it's scary. Like, we all travel so much, so it's like I'm not afraid of flying at all. But I do have those moments when I'm on the plane, being like, I'm stuck on this fucking plane.
Yes.
Like, that's a new thing too. Like I've never been claustrophobic in my life. Suddenly I'm getting like, I can kind of feel it creeping up my neck.
Yes.
Claustrophobia.
Especially
I'm like, what the fuck is this
when
about?
the roof of the plane's like right here and you try to
that.
lean
I
up.
hate
and you're
new
like,
fears. I hate new fears.
Right? It's like I never
Really
had this
sucks.
fear.
I've started to have them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for some reason, like skiing. For some reason, like speed never used to freak me out. Now I get like freaked
Going
out. by, like,
fast.
Now it's like I'm out of
Like
control or
losing
whatever.
control. Yeah.
whatever.
For those the Sarah Snook thing I'm talking about is called The Picture of Dorian Gray, and she plays. Let's see, like literally 26 different roles. Sarah Snook, same Australian Shiv from Succession. She's on a play. She does a thing right now, and so she plays like a man with a bowler hat and like a woman over here, and like does all this shit. But it's
so cool.
but that'd be funny if she did that, but with the 32
Right.
people.
Yeah.
So, I'll read the actual. It says based on the true story of the town of Gander, Newfoundland, and its residents who welcomed stranded passengers after the September 11th attacks. The musical tells the story of how the townspeople opened their homes and hearts to thousands of airline passengers who were forced to land there when the U.S. airspace was shut down.
Wow,
Isn't that cool? And it's
I
like,
didn't know that story.
so Mary Kate is playing like the American Airlines pilot that was like one of the pilots.
Amazing.
Just so cool.
Wow.
We should go. Let's all go see.
Let's all go see. I love a good Broadway play.
Yeah,
I'm going
me
to so this weekend we got Mother's Day coming up.
yeah.
Everybody remember,
Yes.
reminder. Mother's Day's on Sunday, but my so I'm not going home this weekend. My brother's gonna do like Mother's Day on the day, and then my mom is a professor, so next week she has like finals, graduation, like all the shit.
Yeah.
And so she's too busy. So the weekend after that, we're gonna go see Titanic, which is like the Celine Dion, like half comedy, half real, like loosely based on Titanic.
Yeah.
She's been dying to see it forever.
That's cool.
And we're going to see it, and I'm so hyped because
fun.
I've wanted to see it forever. She's wanted to see it forever, and I keep saying we're gonna get tickets, and I finally was like, Mother's Day, let's go, dinner and a show. I can't wait.
That's like the best plans.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's girly fun. I asked my dad, I was like, Dad, you can come too, and he was like, I'll pass. I was like, yeah, well, you don't know culture, so.
Literally.
You're lost.
Wait, oh my God, I can't believe we've gone this far into the show without saying there's a new pope.
Yes.
New pope. New pope.
Villanova.
Went to Villanova. That's what reminded me because my
great.
dad went to Villanova, so it reminded me.
Yeah, cats.
New pope. He's from Chicago. People have mixed feelings on him. I think that he's
soft-spoken,
right in the
I've
middle.
seen.
I think that kind of like some people are like, yeah, he's all right. Other people are like, he's the worst. But I don't think he is either. I think he's just kind of down the middle.
Do you
But
have to be like, what are the requirements you have to be to become a pope?
you got to be a cardinal, and you have to be voted in by 2/3 of the other cardinals.
Okay. And so he was originally a cardinal.
Yeah. So everybody that becomes a pope was at one point a cardinal, basically just like a bestie of the church. Like they all wear red and they're flitting around.
hey.
But they're actually in reality they're like the representatives for each place. So like every place in the world has a cardinal, and there's like right now there's like 200 and something cardinals, but only 135 of them were eligible to vote. And then I think like he needed like 109 votes or something crazy.
Cool. Okay.
Funny.
Wait, what's his name?
That's that. His name's Robert something, but he's going by Pope Leo.
Okay, Leo.
Yeah. Pope Leo 14.
Yeah, what you doing?
Pope Leo 14.
study of
Yeah, people
Villanova.
have mixed thoughts. I guess there was something along the lines of like, the Catholic Church is always so fucked up. So there was like a little bit of dirt on him. He's covering up some sex scandals at one point early in his career.
damn it.
But then he also, I guess, hates Trump and hates JD Vance. So people are like, ooh, we like that. So we'll have to see. But he was like, came out on the veranda and was like waving, and I'm the new pope or whatever. He had a little tear in his eye, and everybody in the streets were like crying, excited, whatever. So I don't know. Maybe people are hyped.
This is kind of a
I don't know the
depressing
vibe.
thought, but like, it kind of makes me sad that like his parents will never be like, good job.
Right, they never get to see him
Like
be
the
pope.
popes never get to
He's
see
69. Yeah, they're definitely dead.
But like I guess in their
parents
belief
dead?
system,
the
they're in
popes
heaven.
start so
True, so true.
know?
So true.
He's really old. Like usually popes are like 70.
Yeah, he's 69.
Yeah.
So yeah, his parents are probably
So like
dead.
much older. So like No one's
6'9". 6'9".
Okay,
69.
Pope.
Everybody,
Pope. 69, really?
I saw a TikTok about like it was
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
I forget what
saw
I
a
was
TikTok
gonna say.
about how-
Oh, it was like because it's like Conclave. It's like
Conclave,
kinda
the
about
movie,
that.
yeah.
And it was like a DJ.
It's exactly about that.
It was literally a DJ like initiating the Pope in. They're like, okay, Conclave's kind of lit. And it was like playing music, like a DJ.
Yeah, Nick Hamilton had such a good point that like all the like Cubs games, there's definitely gonna be, or like the Chicago games or whatever, there's definitely gonna be like people in Pope costumes.
Absolutely.
I'd be ordering it right now.
Definitely. Yeah, you got to get that in your cart. People were making jokes online. Everyone's like, when's the Pope going to run the gauntlet?
Yeah.
With the yak.
Yeah.
The Pope's Kevin had a hilarious tweet, said even the Pope is moving to Chicago. Like, that's dying over that.
That's so funny.
People are like, the Pope moved to Chicago after college. He just really likes it, making fun of Dan. Good shit going on.
My Lord started trending immediately. Like,
My Lord.
You're like, isn't that just crazy? Like, of course. Like, the internet's absurd.
I love that, though.
It's
we have
funny,
a meme
like,
for everything.
We'll laugh. We can have a good time with the Pope. I think, at least for a day. Until things get serious.
Like we knew America would fucking ruin it.
Yep. Apparently, I don't know this for a fact, or I didn't see this with my own eyes, but people out there were saying that like the BBC was kind of hiding the fact that he was American. They keep being like, oh, because he's also Peruvian, but he was born in America. So technically not technically, he literally is American.
Yeah.
And so, but I guess they're kind of like, they're not trying to give us credit, I guess, is what people are saying. They're like, oh, the new Pope, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
Peruvian, like he worked in Peru, he worked here, he worked there, but nobody wants to be like born and raised.
He was born and raised in America.
Born
went to
in the
Villanova.
USA.
We're gonna make it fucking
Yeah.
He went to Villanova. Like,
We're making it lit. No, isn't that so crazy to think like the Pope went to Villanova?
That's like right.
I know.
all of a sudden, like
the Pope lived in
yeah,
dorms at
Todd
some
Smith
point.
is like,
Yeah.
and Pope Leo was in my stats.
Yeah.
class
I literally
freshman year,
texted my
and
dad.
he cheated.
I was like, I had to think about when my dad graduated, because my dad is 62 or 3. I think he just turned 62, and the Pope is 69. And I kind of was like, did you guys overlap?
Yeah, like,
and then I was
low-key.
and then no, but they didn't.
Oh my
but-
God. Like maybe there's a guy in
Hilarious, though.
Villanova right now who's a senior who's like, I'm gonna be the next Pope.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
he's
God.
like-
Isn't that nuts to think?
He's probably like inspiring the next.
Totally.
one.
You have to think too about like what was the Pope like before he devoted his life to the church? Like, did he get drunk off beer? Was he funneling alcohol?
Was he in a frat?
Yeah, was he in a
There's a photo of him like butt chugging. They're like,
Yes.
Definitely. Wait, does he have a wife?
He's like, that was when I didn't realize.
No, you're not allowed to have they're not-
Intercourse at all?
No, the Catholics, like the Cardinals, right? I don't think the Cardinals are allowed to have wives.
I think they
Yeah.
just like kind of
Same deal as like priests. Yeah, you can have a side chick, but no, apparently you can't. So I did watch Conclave, and which is a really good movie, by the way, if you've not seen it. But Ralph Fiennes, Lord Voldemort, is the star, and he's so good. But one of the candidates in the movie is like the front runner. Everyone likes him, whatever. And the other cardinals like sabotage each other, because it's like a popularity contest basically of like who gets the Pope, papacy. And so this one guy was like in the lead and doing well, and then one of the other popes who was pissed off like leaked the fact that he had like an illegitimate love child with a woman, like 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and he had to withdraw because it was such a scandal. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
that's intense.
there's no nepo babies.
A
in the
little
Pope.
bit like you were just saying, like, yeah, he had a few sexual assault cases, but like whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we don't need that's dark. We don't need
That was
that. That sucks.
2019.
That sucks. We don't like that at all, obviously. But it's like, what are we gonna? He's the Pope. What are we gonna do?
Go Cubs!
Cubs, baby. Wait, did you guys?
He earned his bachelor's in mathematics.
Okay, that's what for
Yes.
some reason I
He's
really want to
smart.
know what he like.
He's solving
Math, though, that's crazy.
All right, first thing.
Not
I
even
wanna
like
do.
literature or anything.
No, that
probably,
makes
like,
sense.
in
So
front
I
of
feel
you,
like those kind of guys who love the Bible, also love math for some reason.
Yeah, he probably
Actually, I
knows.
don't even know if that's true. That feels.
I feel like that kind of
feels wrong. Yeah,
He went on to receive
That's
his
a statement.
diploma. And
Guys who love math love the fucking Bible.
Guys who love math, they love the Bible.
and 1 + 1 = I love
But
the
it's like
Bible.
they think that way. You know what I mean? Like when I think of like.
It's almost
I
like
think of
borderline a little. Yeah.
It's like you read the Bible, you do a couple math problems, you can do mental math. Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
also
like
like a
the-
dude thing. Like I don't know. That's I
really
don't know a
want-
lot of girls that are really good at math.
Yeah.
I always
some,
thought a
but
boy,
not a lot.
and those
I don't know anyone that
engineering
can drive
girls.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're shit drivers, and they belong in the kitchen.
I always thought like the nerd guy who was good at math in high school was like hot. Like,
the class
of course.
of
I
1977.
love a guy who's good at math.
Yeah, that's actually
Yeah, math nerd is so hot, and so is like
course.
history.
I love a
anyone really
history
nerdy,
buff. I
honestly.
do love a history buff because I know nothing about math. I know
Yeah.
nothing about history. So I'm like, oh wow, you really know so much.
Yeah.
Guys also, I feel like that's a prerequisite for guys. Like they've got to know history. Like you got to know about all the world wars. You got to know about all the bullshit.
The other day, I was like hooking up with this guy, and when we were in bed, like okay.
Okay. Let's get
I was
it
hooking up
on.
with this guy.
Hello, baby. Let's get it on.
Has this like whatever his job entails, I guess a lot of math, and he had one of those like T84 calculators. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
TI-84 plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you heard it. And like I literally was like, show me your tricks. Like on the calculator.
wrote
like,
boobs.
He wrote I heart you. Yeah.
You said, show me your tricks? Oh, shit.
like on the
He
calculator.
just takes his pants off.
Did he put up a graph for you? That's a graphing calculator.
I don't even know.
It'll
He was
show you.
showing me some stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I don't know if that still happens today, but they would make us buy those calculators for
Yes.
high school. Yeah, and it's like $100 calculator.
why wouldn't they just give it to
That was
us?
crazy.
idea.
I always lucked out because I got my older brother's like
that was-
math calculator.
That's good shit.
To go on the topic of like boys knowing random facts, and we were in Arizona, I was like asking, like I feel like I asked so many random questions to Ben and Brian who were with us. I was like, we're like driving on the street, and all of a sudden I'm like, Ben, like how long does it take for a cactus to grow? He's like, I have no clue.
Years.
I'm literally like, wait, I feel like you guys should know this. Like I feel like I ask people random questions that I feel like they should know the random thing.
Because I feel like whenever I ask my dad something, he just has an answer.
Yes.
Yeah, mine does too. Although a lot of guys I noticed don't know plants that well. I feel like that's plants, wildlife.
Not
like
botanists.
They're history people. They know about that shit.
Get out in
They don't
nature,
know-
boys.
They maybe know about like terrain. Like I feel like they know about like
Yeah.
the Earth's crust.
like capitals.
They don't know about whatever. Like I know it takes years for cactuses to get big. Same as trees. It's like the same vibe.
Trees. Ours, we just planted baby trees, 200.
Oh my
like,
God.
They're not going to be big until like
Till Christmas.
No, until like it takes like 6 years for them to grow.
Oh my God. So what's gonna happen in the next couple of years?
Like it's always a shortage every time. That's why we opened up a shop. Like my mom opened up like little like a
a
little
Christmas
knick-knack
trinket shop, which by the way, those are the
Yeah,
best.
and she
kind of
kills
shops.
it. It's like in our little like
Worst.
shed, and she's so like Joanna Gaines with it. But
Obsessed with that.
Yeah, so we have little baby trees, and they'll get big eventually. But we have a lot of like bougie moms come in, and they're like, it's like a fucking 15-foot tree, and they're like, can we just have the top 8 feet of that tree? And my dad's like,
What?
No, I'm not gonna cut this beautiful tree in half. So Bradley Cooper actually lives kind of across the river from where we live.
Yes.
And we always are like, one guy came in and he was like, yeah, I'm Bradley Cooper's neighbor. My dad's always like, well, if you ever see Bradley out like by the fire pit, tell him, don't forget about your Christmas tree guy.
Yeah, let them know.
Yeah.
This might be a dumb question. Sorry. Okay, so like plants grow like how do I phrase this? Okay, so
About like a baby
I
tree.
can't wait. I can't
Flowers-
wait to hear this.
no, it's not but
Oh,
not
okay.
crazy, but like flowers grow mostly in the spring, right? Yes. And then they kind of die in the winter, whatever.
Christmas trees are
perennial.
all year.
The trees, so they're just constantly growing.
Because like an
at the same-
evergreen, yeah, they're just constantly. They don't really like die unless we just put up a huge deer fence, which we needed because the deer kept coming in and rubbing their antlers on them, and that's what kills them.
But it does kill it. Yeah. The deer are so
is.
invasive. Like especially in New Jersey, they pop off. You know.
We're driving in
love
the
them,
nighttime,
but-
and it's literally like, whoo, because they just jump into the car too. It's not like they're scared.
They have no. Have you ever hit one?
Yes.
I hit one too. Going to high school once. It was really sad, scary. Yeah.
scary. Then they
slid up
limp
on my
off.
roof, like slid up on my front of my car, slid off.
You're like
And then
eye
I had
to eye?
Oh yeah, and then I had to like look at it decay on the side of the road on my way to and from school every day.
You're like, great.
Nobody came to clean it up because it like went to the side of the road. And if it's on the side of the road, no one's gonna touch it. Like it'll become bones, and then
It's like
that's
day
it.
4, the vultures came.
Yeah, literally. And it is, I had guilt every time I walked by.
Yeah.
But no, the tree thing, Jackie, most trees grow, they grow all the time, all year round, but a lot of trees are perennial where they'll grow, they'll bloom, and then they get leaves for like the rest of the season, and then the leaves change, and then they fall off, but they're still standing.
Leaves change.
Yeah, leaves
Obviously,
change.
That's like
And then they come back.
Yeah.
You know?
Science
the
101.
budding. Yeah, duh, girl. That's called photosynthesis.
But that's not photos. But the full of the trees like constantly growing, like from baby to.
Yes, unless that's why you don't want if you plant like a. Someone actually sent me a photo of a baby cherry blossom. You know, I'm a cherry blossom girl, and it was like a couple years old, like planted, and it has like a thin trunk and only like a few, but it's still blooming or whatever.
Yeah.
But in like 10 years, maybe 15 years, that tree is going to be like a massive, beautiful cherry blossom in the front of their yard. Like so my parents have a cherry blossom in the front of our yard, and when I was a kid. It was big. Like it was there before we got there, probably like 10, like I said, 10, 15 years old, always big, whatever. Now it's like, it takes up the whole front yard. It's massive.
crazy?
It's so cool. It creates like this little like cove effect around our like front walkway. Like it's really sick to be.
It's like trees.
Trees are the best.
They
I love
see
trees.
so much. You know?
Me too.
I'm the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I love the Lorax.
I love the whole idea of a tree.
Me
Just
too.
like-
Really do.
I love plants. Love
Yeah,
plants. I
love
love birds.
planting.
I told you guys, I'm all in. I'm all in on this
Did your
lifestyle.
parents make you weed when you were younger?
Yes, but I never hated
Weeding
it though.
day.
Picking up sticks.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but like
I didn't mind it.
ours, we had a gravel driveway, so like you had to
Oh,
go
me
on your
too.
knees
said-
on the gravel.
I
And
thought you were saying, did your parents like make you smoke weed when you were younger? I was like,
my parents
It's
put a
I
gun
live in
to my
California.
head,
This,
and
this shit didn't happen. Like, we
I
didn't get
never
weeds in
returned the
California.
you're like, smoke it, you fucking nerd.
get higher, higher.
No, weeding was fine. The only thing I never really liked doing was maybe like once every couple of summers, my dad would ask me like paint our shed. 'Cause you know how the shed gets like shitty weather, whatever. And the first year he did it, I did it because I thought it was like a chore I had to do. And I hated it. I had the most miserable time. It was hot, you know, the paint's getting everywhere. And then my mom after was like, girl, you gotta like charge your dad to do that. I was like, he should have given you $100 to do that, whatever.
Ooh,
So
then
the
you're
next
learning how to
time he did
bargain.
it, next time he did it, he was like, all right, do it again. I was like, not for $100, not unless you give me $100. And I think he ended up like promising me 50 and then never actually giving it
Yeah,
to me.
classic.
But doing it knowing that maybe a paycheck was on the way made it a lot easier.
A lot easier.
Like what
motivate? You're like thinking about the top you're gonna buy.
Yeah, exactly. Right. At the time, it was like Forever 21. I was like, there's a shirt with sparkly cherries on it
Yeah.
that I've got my eye on.
Yes.
I remember my grandpa. He's very into like gardening and all that stuff. And
Love.
He would come over to our house and help like my dad like do the landscaping or whatnot. And like my neighbors used to say like they thought it was so funny because like my grandpa, who was like probably like 60s, 70s, would be like trimming and cutting, and like my dad would just be like holding the waste bin like next to her. Like meanwhile my dad's like in his 40s, like 30s, and like they're driving by
Helping his dad.
yeah. And I
Aw,
remember,
that's
like,
honestly
going
sweet.
to school, and like my grandpa would come in and like teach our class like how to like plant in our garden. And
Oh, I love that.
yeah, it was so cute.
What special time.
It was awesome, and I remember like he'd like, yeah, I have a green thumb, and like I would literally like be like, see, and if you look closely at my thumb,
Yeah. And
it's
so
green
do
too,
I.
just like my grandpa, like.
I love that. Or like
so
what,
sweet.
what would help me work out in the yard too is like I would pretend it was like a game. So I'm like, okay, ladies, let's do gardening 101. Like I would pretend to teach a class.
Yeah.
and, like,
Of
talk
course.
to myself. It's just me. I'm like with the wheelbarrow. I'm like,
like,
Leslie,
okay,
put the
guys.
shovel down, Leslie.
Your mom's looking out there like, and Maddie's gotten too much sun today. Bring her in, bring her in.
Yeah, bring her inside. Tell her to stop weeding.
I remember when I was
a book in her
younger,
hands.
Like, for some reason, the only way I would clean my room was like if I pretended to be a witch. So like, I'd be like,
Oh.
all right, like it's witch time, and then I would just go around, and it was so weird to me. I just had that flashback.
Yeah, it
I don't
is.
even really know.
Wait,
what
so
the-
yeah, how did you would act? You'd walk in and be like, ha ha ha, time
Yeah,
to clean
I would
this
kind of.
room.
I was like a good witch. Like I was like a
okay.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Your clothes are
alright.
like
She's
your
like,
clothes are
cool.
literally like, get the fuck away.
Yeah,
from me.
it kind of sounds to me that you know exactly what's up. So what exactly were you up to?
I actually like don't fully remember like what my thought process was there, but I would just remember I would like be kind of like cleaning my room, but like as a witch, and would kind of just be like.
So were you like pretending you were magically cleaning it?
I was more
that
just
the-
like,
was that the
like using it as time to create my witch lore, and like I was pretty much cleaning. This doesn't even really make sense. And again, I'm just remembering this like right now. but,
Okay,
your
Jackie
witch
the
name?
Witch.
I'm like loving it. Yeah, I'm loving
I
that.
have to
Did
go.
you
I
have a
love you
witch
guys.
name?
A name?
Did you have a special
bye,
witch
Queen.
name?
Oh yeah, we have good luck.
Hopefully, yeah, good luck. Hopefully you find the
Yeah.
one. And if not, you got the one waiting for you on
I
backup.
know.
No stress. Enjoy
Wait, send
yourself.
photos. I love seeing.
Yeah, send pics for real.
Yeah,
Please do. I love. Send all the videos.
Bye. See ya. I didn't have a witch name, but I remember like I was a teenager in my head, and like I was like, you know, at the time I was like a kid, and I was like literally like a Wizards of Waverly Place. Like I was like a hot teenage witch, and I was
course.
just, like,
Yeah.
like
So you were like a
mom's making me clean like my like thing. Little does she know, like I can just zap this, you know, whole thing together.
Love it. Love it.
I don't know.
What an active imagination.
You know, it's like Jackie's been in her room for 3 hours cleaning her room, and she's like, not actually.
Here you doing witch?
Were you a Harry Potter kid?
Yeah, I did.
Then maybe
yeah,
I
think
used to
we came
spend
from
when I was little. I would like, Harry Potter came out like the exact year that I also like turned 11, or it came out like I was like turning 10, and Harry finds out he's a wizard when he's 11. So I was like straight up waiting for my Hogwarts letter. Like, so I really was convinced that I was a witch or like that was going to happen, And so I was Harry Potter heavy at that time. So so I probably would have done a similar thing,
I remember like I would go down to my basement and it was like really dark down there, and like I always thought like you'd have to turn your lights. I had to turn the lights off before I ran up the stairs.
Yeah.
And I was so scared of like I wasn't like scared of the dark, but like I was scared of my basement, I guess, when it was dark.
Yeah.
And I remember like I always like in my head like there was gonna be witches. When I turned it on, there was gonna be like 3 witches in the corner, like over by like the laundry, and like they were gonna be stirring up a pot, and like I didn't want to be there, so it'd be like literally like wait before like the light, be like 1, 2, like turn it off, like
And then
sprint
run
up
up the
my stairs,
stairs.
and like
Yeah,
get
yeah,
upstairs
yeah.
and be like,
Of course.
good job, Kelly, like you
Well, you never know.
again. Like,
Because listen, the demons in your basement operate under the cover of darkness.
Yeah.
So like if you shut the lights off, that's when they can come out and
Yeah,
they
everyone fucking
can
knows
reach their hands as you go up the stairs, but they can't get all the way up.
God.
literally, why does that?
I have no idea. I had the same.
never make
I
it
had the
out.
same
Yeah.
feelings when I was a kid too.
Anybody-
But then I started like loving to be in the dark.
Oh
really?
Yeah. Now I like the dark.
Now she's like, I'm the monster.
Yeah. Now I'm like turn the lights off so my eyes can adjust and I can be the monster. I'm hiding in
Did
the dark.
anybody read what was that book? Fuck, it started with an S, and it was like every kid like when they hit 13 gets like super like a specific power, and like one girl like she finally hit 13.
Sky High.
Oh, it's like
No, it was-
Sky,
but it was-
I love Sky High.
Love Sky High. It was pretty much like that.
Was it like Divergent or like one of those series?
No, fuck, what was it? But
Percy
like,
Jackson,
it
maybe.
was-
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of the name either.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was like I remember when I was like
Sky High is spot on.
It literally, oh god, Sky High was so good.
Sky High was so good. Everybody was, oh, that's a Nicholas Braun breakthrough.
Oh,
Baby's First. He was the glow
you're right.
kid. Yeah.
oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. Which, Jackie, you got a little something to talk to us about?
I do have a little something to talk
I would love to hear what you got on your desk over there.
I wish I was creative enough to like. Speaking of Nicholas Braun, Stella Blue.
Well, wait, let's think of one. It's like, all right. Speaking of Sky High, if you're trying to keep your energy up,
Yeah,
get yourself a cup of Stella Blue.
if you want to turn blue,
Okay.
I liked yours better.
If you want to take over the day, you don't need superpowers.
Yeah.
You just need a little Stella Blue.
Hottie hot cup or a little bit of cold brew. Tell us more, Jackie.
If your name's Stella, okay. The weather's
We'll
heating
workshop it.
up. That one probably could have. Okay, the weather's heating up, so stay cool with Stella Blue Cold Brew. Introducing our newest cold brew variety, Miss Peaches. Has anybody tried it? I've not tried it.
Yes, actually. I had my hands on it last week. I forget why I was drinking it, but it's delish.
What does it taste like? Is it just like a
It's
coffee?
like, it's like a coffee with a little,
Okay, cool.
It's delicious, yeah.
100% Colombian, 100% delicious. And the best part, every purchase helps homeless pets find their forever homes. Make better, fresher cold brew at home in just 3 easy steps. Steep, refrigerate, enjoy. Say it with me. Steep,
refrigerate, enjoy.
Grab Miss Peaches now at sellbluecoffee.com and use promo code Fishbowl for 20% off orders of $25 or more. Sip with purpose all summer long.
Woo!
Oh, Miss Peaches is
it.
popping the hell off.
Right? Nobody is more
Second
booked and
drink.
busy than Miss Peaches.
Yeah.
She is.
I'm
She's
your biggest
cornering the
influencer.
market.
I'm
cornering
excited
the
to
market
try
on
that
on
drink.
drinks. She is. She's certainly making the most of her brand, and I'm proud of her. Girl boss.
Girl boss. I'm really excited for her other drink.
I said, unfortunately, she wasn't able to attend the Bet Gala. A lot of people were upset. They were hoping to see her on the carpet, but again, she's booked and busy. She just opened a business, Lucky One Lemonade. She's branching off, doing collabs with Stella Blue. She's got
Probably
so much
like,
going on.
It's gotta work. I can't go to the Bet Gala.
Yeah, she's like, sorry, I don't have time to party. I'm on the clock.
Some people have things to do on a Monday.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah, it's
very
called
much.
business
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a work day. Yeah.
But actually, I think Stella Blue is such a cute name. I was thinking that when you said
It is so cute.
But I feel like that would be such a cute, like, hey.
Well, Stella's a big cat's dog's name.
I really want to name, like when I get a dog, I want to name him Walter.
I love that.
And I feel like when he has little floppy ears, like his little.
We
like,
call him
what the-
Walter. We call him Walter Mitty. Whenever I hear Walter, I think Walter Mitty.
Who's Walter Mitty?
Walter Mitty is the show or the movie. It's actually a old story, but the movie stars Ben Stiller, and he has like delusions of grandeur. Like he thinks he can do everything and is everything at all times, and he kind of. the original story that I know is that this guy kind of like disassociates and becomes these things. Like he wishes he was more than he actually is. And in the movie, he kind of like becomes those things. Like he'll think I'm somebody, and then all of a sudden he is that. You know?
Oh, got
so
it.
it's like a cool. You would actually really like that movie, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's called, starring Ben Stiller.
I love it. When
Secret
people
Life
say,
of
like,
Walter
you would actually.
You actually would really like. I think you'd like the
seen that.
concept. You think it's like interesting.
It's almost
a
like
little-
manifesting when it's like.
yeah, kind of. And he kind of ends up in a place where he, like, you know, he's always a little over his skis. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't quite, he, like, thinks he can be this, but he actually can't, you know? But it's not.
Yeah.
It's almost, it's like, it's about, like, knowing your limits, knowing your
Stiller's
boundaries,
great.
and, like, living up to your potential, kind of.
Yeah.
Is the, like, overarching message.
That reminds me, I totally got to watch Night of a Museum.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that in
Hey, at the museum?
forever.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to go to,
I
at
know
some
I've
point?
seen it, but I gotta see it.
Do you guys want to go with me at some point to the newly opened butterfly exhibit in the Museum of Natural History?
yes.
There's live butterflies.
I would
in there.
literally
like
love
you
to
walk
go,
in and there's like butterflies will land on you. It's fucking awesome. They
Like,
used to have a really small one there that I've been to, but now they've like expanded it apparently, and I've not been yet. So
I haven't gone the first time.
let's take a field trip.
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds so fun.
It is so crazy that
Catch them in the
butterflies are
fishbowl.
bugs, but they get a pass because they have little pretty
Because they're
colors.
cute.
Because they're beautiful and they
Yeah.
fly and they do no harm. And
Also, caterpillars are cute. Like everyone loves a caterpillar.
caterpillar.
It's a funny.
People, I hate when people are like, that one might be poisonous. I'm like,
Whatever. What's it gonna bite me?
poisonous?
Please.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm not in
Please,
the
bite me,
Amazon.
bitch.
I'm not in the Amazon rainforest. Like I'm in the middle of New York City.
Yeah.
It's an inchworm. I think it's fine.
They're like, oh my God, don't touch that. I'm like, this?
It's completely
I also
crazy.
do think it's funny that like with dogs, like we technically can like just sexually assault them because that's like that's
Jackie, what? Okay, so we got the Pope on the program.
I'm now. I'm
Sorry, dark joke.
No, but like we could like just rub up against them, give them little butt
like touch-
scratches
touch
or whatever, just
them.
because they're cute.
Yeah.
And we just,
Yeah, but they, you know, they lean
hate
into
it.
it. They like it.
Yeah,
If they
they're
didn't like it,
asking
they would
for-
bite. You know
they're
what I'm saying?
asking for it.
They're basically asking. They come in here looking so cute.
Yeah.
What are you
no
doing?
pants off. They're strutting.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
shaking their tail. I'm like, all right, girl.
With an ass like that, you want me to not touch that thing?
You know what, Jackie? You're bringing that up because I know that you're getting served all that corgi shit, that corgi butts, right? Isn't that what you're, the dog butts?
No, it was a poodle butt. and
Poodle
it was like
butts.
the juiciest ass. Like a,
Well, that's what they. That I think is strange when people. It's like, yeah, you have a dog, cute, whatever. But when you like get your dog groomed so it looks like it has a fat, juicy ass, that's bizarre. Like, why
That's
are
want
you
to fuck
doing
your
that?
dog.
That's really, who is it
so
for?
weird.
Are you like, do you feel like your dog's single?
The
Are
dog
you
doesn't
trying
want
to get
that.
her? Yeah.
The dog's not walking around being like, let me
we're
switch
all
these
sexually
hips.
assaulting our dog. No, I know that that
so
one
crazy.
guy was fucking his dog for sure. Like,
Definitely,
that was so
yeah.
crazy.
People are weird, man.
People are
weird online.
weird.
Weird in the world. I think that people have always been weird in the world. This is a big theory of mine. I think they've always been weird, but now that we can like everybody overshares online, we just see it. Like
we
I feel like
camera.
everyone's
Yeah,
always
that's
been
a good
weird, but now
Really
we have
see
too
it.
much access to
I
it.
love that when you like see something like you thought you did was weird, and then like everyone else like
Everyone does it,
and you're
yeah.
like- I'm like, thank God.
Those comments like we've all really been living the same life.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Do you think that there were more? I could see like medieval times. There's actually like serious more freaks out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And maybe
Yes.
here, like we get like because it's all online, we get shamed out of it. So there's probably was there more freaks in olden days?
Yes.
Medieval times or no?
Yes, I think
Absolutely.
olden
All you
days.
have to do is hide behind a wall and be free. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
there was no risk of
Also, I
like
think
being
there was less
photographed in
boundaries.
public
Yeah.
or right, less boundaries, less consent, like
Yeah,
shit like that.
yeah.
Where people just fucked around or like not even sex related, like just, you know, murder. People get away with murder all the time.
yeah.
You know?
There's
Everybody's murdering
definitely
them.
some
People
weird-
would brag about
Incest-
murder.
Incest was a big thing too.
Incest was all
It was
running
like,
rampant through the
got with
royals.
my sis.
Yeah,
Like, dabbing them out.
keeping it in the fam.
Yeah.
The royals, you know, it's like that's tough.
You would like behead people for entertainment.
Yeah. Shit's crazy. I do love watching all those like old shows though.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
me
those
too.
shows like Bridgerton. And,
Yes, because
and The
I
Crown
love everything that like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. I was watching something. What was I watching the other day? And like it wasn't Pride and Prejudice, but like kind
Love
of
that- love that,
concept.
though.
That's
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
favorite movie. And like I'm just like I wish that like I was at a ball and like someone came up to me and was like, "Do you want to dance?" And then all of a sudden we're locking eyes and we're like
Yeah.
dancing and like that's my love
Fishbowl
life.
Gala.
Yeah, let's throw the Fishbowl Gala. I am
Literally.
I'm so ready. You tell me we're gonna have a
Okay.
Fishbowl Gala. I'm dressed up. I will wear a
Yes.
fucking fishbowl to the event. Like
We could all have.
I'll have live fish. I'll get
Oh,
those
and-
like
yes.
stripper heels that have the live fish in the bottom.
Yes.
What's that movie that they're in? Like 40-Year-Old Virgin maybe, where he's hooking up with her and maybe somebody will correct me. And he like runs the eBay store, or she runs the eBay store, but it's like, I'm not eBay, but these are things like you have to buy it off eBay, but you have a store to go in. And Jonah Hill is in it for a second.
Knocked up.
Maybe it's knocked up. No, it's got Steve Carell.
40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, 40-year-old virgin, I
Yep,
think.
love
And so,
that.
yes, and so she runs like the eBay store, but the people go in and they try to buy stuff from that store, and she's like, no, you have to like bid for it on eBay. And Jonah Hill's like trying to buy the stripper heels with the fish inside, and he's like, why can't I take them right now? I'm holding them. She's like, no, you gotta buy them on eBay. So I'll buy some on eBay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually realizing I've never seen that movie. Then.
Yeah. It's a good movie. It's funny. Some of those movies, like I feel like 10 of those kind of movies all came out at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like that one, Knocked Up, the 40-Year-Old Virgin. What's the one with Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann? This is 40.
This is 40. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This is 40. Like all those movies came out at the
That
same
one
time.
scene that always comes up. You know what? You have a horrible fucking bob. Bob. Whatever. That whole scene, like anytime that comes up on my For You page, I'm immediate.
What's her
Loving
name
it.
again? I love that. Her.
Leslie Mann.
Yeah, Leslie Mann.
Yeah.
She's the best.
I love her. And then her real
Melissa
kids are the
McCarthy.
kids in that show.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Which what's her face?
oh yeah,
Maud from Euphoria, which is popping off right now. Did you know that Rosalia is in the new season of Euphoria? No. She was doing a conversation, an interview on the Met Gala red carpet, I think with Emma Chamberlain, and she asked her like, "What are you up to?" She's like, "Oh, we're in the middle of filming Euphoria. I'm in the new season.
I have no idea
so
what to
excited.
expect from
Me neither. Apparently,
Euphoria.
it's a big time jump, which
Yeah.
is I think all they can do because
Makes
at this
sense.
point,
Yeah.
watching high schoolers like fuck around like that,
Yeah.
it started getting a little weird. So I think that'll be an
Also,
interesting
too much
jump.
is time. I feel like so much has happened in between. They need something.
Totally. They were saying people were catching paparazzi snippets of Sydney Sweeney in like a wedding dress. So maybe there will be some kind of either an actual wedding or like a flashback or like a dream sequence or something. You know how like when she was pregnant in that
Yes.
dream sequence?
I remember
So
too,
we'll have to
though,
see.
like watching Euphoria and like what freaked me out was like people were like, finally like a real show that like depicts what high school is like.
Oh
And
God,
was
I
like,
know.
This is
you're
what
like,
people's
what?
high schools were like.
Mine was not like that.
People's dads were
No.
like doing that to
Yeah, we're like fucking underage children.
Yeah, like, I
that's
just like
crazy.
feel like people have to like. I feel like that can't be.
that can't be real. I hope it's not
No,
real.
but I had a friend who was like, yeah, that was what my high school was like. I was like, what?
Is it? Was it like a rich friend?
Well, it was
kid
literally the
vibes?
neighboring high school, and I was like, there's no way that there was that much of a difference between my school and your school.
Right.
Yeah.
That seems far fetched.
She was like, yeah, like it was like fucking crazy.
Wow. Yeah,
But I
I
don't
don't know. Mine was not like that. We would drink for sure. We're all
Yeah,
drinkers.
yeah.
But really no drugs in high school. Some weed.
too.
But no, like nothing harder than that. And
Yeah.
even the weed was kind of shit. You know, this is
People would bring
2005.
like vapes into school, and I said this the other day, and I remember like our assistant principal would like go into like the boys' bathroom and like put his feet up, and like if he saw like like smoking your
that's kinda
vape, and, like,
creepy, though.
right? And then your
Yeah, that
vape
is
would go up, and he'd be like, "Ah!" He'd,
That
like,
is
post
so
out of like the
nuts.
bathroom stall and be
Oh my
like,
God, it's like,
I
how
never
about do
even
your
thought about.
job?
Yeah. How about get back to your office? What's your hard on for
about
busting high school?
get out of the
kids?
If you
bathroom.
find yourself
Stop.
at like over the age of 18 and you are
Yeah.
in a bathroom
So
there,
he was like the typical assistant principal.
No, it's
like,
so annoying. Mm-hmm.
Long nose, like pants always high, and
Of
a little
course,
crop.
just like snivelly, like
Yeah,
and
snivelly.
angry.
Is that even a
Yeah,
word? I love that.
Schneider
I
was
love
his
that
name.
word. Yeah, of course it was. Like,
Yeah,
of course.
freaking-
Typical.
did you guys have? Sorry, wait. You,
No, I forgot what I was gonna say. Honestly,
sorry.
I didn't even know what I just started talking to fill dead air. Sometimes I do that. And I'm
do that
sorry.
I do that all the
Really,
time,
if
too.
I worry that people think I'm interrupting, it's like I'm just afraid of dead air.
I do that too. I do that too. Now I forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry.
Did you guys like was actual like I feel like at my school and maybe I was just like lucky enough to not like witness it, but I feel like bullying wasn't really a thing. Like I'm sure here and there.
There was some bullying, but nothing like depicted in like
getting
the
shoved in laundry.
80s.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that never happened. There was certainly like people making fun of other people out loud,
Yeah.
loud enough so they could hear. Like, and that was always like mean. Like I feel like there were certain people that would get down with that. There were certain people that would laugh or whatever. But personally, it made me very uncomfortable. I was somebody who was like friends with everyone.
Yeah.
And which present day, I'm kind of the same still. Like I have like different friends in like different walks of life. And I think that makes you a well-rounded person.
Yes.
But there were, the brats that would like, oh my God, like he smells bad or he this, he that. And sometimes you're like, yeah, he does smell bad. But
Yeah.
other times it's like, all right, let's quiet down so they can't fucking hear us.
Yeah.
Like they were sitting right there.
Yeah.
So, but those kids, sometimes there was this one kid I went to school with. he like leaned into it. Like he was like a nerd loser at first, and not just like, oh, I like nerdy stuff or whatever. Like he was a dick. Like he was not nice to anybody. So on top of being like a nerd loser, he was also a dickhead.
Dicky nerd
so
loser.
people were rude to him. But then in like the coming years, he started leaning into it, being like, everyone hates me. And then he started wearing like long black trench to school and like looking like,
oh no,
you know, fucking
Playing into it.
It was like, and that he decided, I'm gonna scare people instead, which that also made me sad. I was like, now this guy feels like all he can do to gain quote unquote respect from people is to scare them, and that's, you know, I don't know where he is now or what he's up to, but
Hopefully
can't
he's
imagine
not wearing a black trench.
Hopefully he's not wearing a black trench somewhere. It's just
He's wearing
you
what
know.
he wants.
Right, exactly. Hopefully he doesn't look like he's gonna show up and kill us all. Like that's kind of how that was like the vibe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't, like in my high school we didn't have any swirlies, or no one was getting like thrown into a dumpster. Like
No,
I watched
none of
on
that.
Glee. Like I remember like seeing Glee and like walking into high school like, oh shit, like I gotta make sure I'm in the right areas over here. Like I don't need my head in the toilet. Yeah,
Totally,
I remember
right.
like the one thing that like everyone did was like, when like you join your middle school, it was connected to our high school. So like 7th through senior year, we're like all together.
That's young to have. Ours was 9 to 12. We had
Yes.
6, 7, 8, and then 9 to 12.
Yeah, I don't know why they put us all together.
7th graders and seniors in high school in the same school.
We would be like this big and like whatever
That's
the
so
seniors,
fucked
but also
up.
vice versa. And like, but like the biggest thing they do is they'd be like, there's a pool up on the roof. Like you should
Yeah,
go
of
check
course.
it out. And like, you know, you try to get up
Trying
on
to get
the
them in
roof.
trouble or
Yeah,
whatever.
and,
Yeah.
like,
And that to me, that's like, that's just silly.
yeah,
you
and
know? That's relatively harmless.
Also, I feel like it's like literally like it's growing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't believe everything you hear. Like, it's like a harmless
completely. Yeah, don't be
prank.
so gullible.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I forget where it was, but it was I want to say like somewhere in Florida, and there was like a college right next to a high school, and I was just like, "There's
I hate
no good reason for that.
No.
There should never be a college
Like which
right next to a
which
high
came
school.
first, you know? Whoever, I have to assume the high school,
Yeah, and then probably
because who would put a college, or I'm sorry, have to assume the college because who would put a high school, or I don't know what I'm saying.
No, I think you're right.
I get what you're
I
saying.
think you would assume that it'd be a college because who would put a high school near a college?
I assume it's be a college because who would put a college next to a high school?
Yeah.
Right? Like you wouldn't, like if you're looking at blueprints, it's like, all right, here's a high school right here. We need a college right next door.
Yeah.
Whereas like, oh, the college is here. We need space for the high school. It'll be fine. We'll put it here.
Yeah.
Something you just said, Kelly, that it made me think I didn't even consider that vapes didn't exist when I was in high school. Like there was no vape. Like, that wasn't a thing yet.
cigs.
And so it was just cigs. But you could not, cigs smell like crazy. So you can't, people would try to like between classes. I went to a really huge school in New Jersey with like 4,000 kids. And so we'd have to like walk. We had like 8 minutes between classes to get to our classes. And at one point, like if you're walking from one building to another, kids would walk outside the long way to smoke a cigarette on the way. So like you could tell who like smelled like cigs, but it really wasn't that many. But if vapes, like that's a hilarious like thing. Like I feel like hiding vaping in school. Like I used to, when I was addicted to the Juul, I would like hide my Juul on the plane and like straight up. Like I was always juuling on a plane, like no matter what. I can't imagine like hiding it in high school and the teachers having to like deal with that. Like that's crazy. You know?
I'm trying to remember like if that was like a thing.
Because then how do you tell? It's like, oh,
definitely.
that's a vape, but like it also could be weed.
Yeah.
I was student teaching too, and like
Oh God.
vapes, like when I was in high school, was like kind of just starting. Like I remember like Juuls were just becoming really a big thing, and then like a lot of my friends had like water vapes, which I don't even know what the point of that was. It was like just to, like be vaping, but they're
people
like
have
it's
those
really
to like wean off it.
Yeah.
But, like, if you have that,
People were
then
just
you're
starting with it.
Right, exactly. Then you're just like giving yourself an oral fixation.
Yeah,
The whole point is to wean off.
Yeah, people are. But then, dang it, I forgot what else.
You gotta turn it on for a second.
Hey, man.
Hey, girl.
Okay, well, this is a different side thought, but I'd always pictured people to like be like under the bleachers, like smoking cigs.
Oh yeah, we had that. We had under the bleachers.
remember
I was under the bleachers smoking a
so
cig.
yeah.
After school though, not like
When I was
literally in
student
school.
teaching, some of the kids like literally be in 5th grade and they would have like a pen and they'd be like fake, and I'd be like, "Is that a vape in your hand? Like, Andre, put that down." And he'd be like, "It's just my pen, Miss Trotta." And I'd be like, "You got me. Andre."
It's like, dang, you got me today.
Yeah, but like
not
literally,
tomorrow.
Like, why are kids pretending? Like you're literally 12 years old and they're like, "Yeah,
Maybe they
I'm
have, like, a
so
little crush
high,"
on
and I'm
you
like,
and they-
"What's happening at home?" Yeah,
Yeah, they
they're
want
trying
your
to impress
attention.
me,
Yeah.
you know?
They want your attention.
Did you ever have kids who like had a little crush on you?
Yes, all of them. But like, it was just because like
She's
I was
like,
a friendly,
yeah, all of them.
It's just because I was like a friendly girl. But like, they would literally be like, "Hey, Miss Giat." hey, Miss Gia, I want to come and help me again. And I would literally be like,
watch your mouth.
Yes. I would tell my friends, and it sounds so funny, but in the moment, some kids
what do you
calling
say?
out your butt, and your teacher's watching you, how you're gonna respond, and I'm like, can you spell the word Giat? Do you know how to define?
That's a good one. That's a good way to spin
yeah.
it.
So you can't be able to say it. What do you know about a fat ass kid?
Right. Spell dump truck 5 times fast. Then you can say I've got a yacht.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. But yeah, that's super awkward. One of my good friends used to be a teacher. She went to school for teaching, did the whole thing, became a teacher, and she stopped being a teacher after I think 2 or 3 years, and she was just like, it was so much worse than I could have ever anticipated.
Yep.
I give teachers so much credit because I could never do it. But she said it's more the parents than the kids.
Yeah, it definitely is. There's definitely the parents are just they're just
the kids come in and the parents they don't pay attention to whether or not they're doing their homework. They're not paying attention to whether or not they're showering or taking care of themselves. They're just get to school, get out of my hair. Yeah. And she said she worked in Baltimore, so it was something was going on in Baltimore. There was looting or whatever. And she said that half the kids in her class came in with new Jordans the next day, and it was a whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
she was their siblings are looting. What do we do?
I remember going in, and I was up in Poughkeepsie, so it's a very diverse area.
Yeah.
And the teachers would be like, and if you see 2 kids, a boy and a girl, in any of the custodian hallways, you pull them apart and make sure that they're clothed, because we've been catching people having sex in elementary
At 12?
in the custodian closets. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. If I see 2 12-year-olds having sex in the custodian closet, I'm running out of the building screaming,
calling the police.
taking my time in there.
As far away from that as possible.
That is insane.
Yes, and they're just trying because that's what they're hearing. They're not.
They don't know any better. But
any
that's so
kid doesn't
upsetting.
need that.
That's upsetting to me.
I didn't
You know what,
see
though?
any of that. Thank God.
We did have when I was in high school. I for real thought it was some sort of rumor that made its way to high school from middle school or whatever. But there was a rumor that when I was in high school, these 6th graders got caught having a rainbow party. You guys heard about this?
No.
It's to this day I still don't really believe it, but it was a bunch of guys in a room and a bunch of girls, and all the girls put on different colored lipsticks, and they would suck all their dicks.
What?
Based on whoever had the most different colored lipsticks on their dicks.
That's just seriously creative.
I know, that's right. So we made we're I could say rainbow party to my high school group chat right now, and we'd pop off. We still make rainbow party jokes to this day because it's so absurd.
That's so.
But I have yet to. I've never in my life found out who those kids ended up being. They would have been freshmen.
They get the whole rainbow?
Who knows? Apparently, it was a myriad of colors. Who knows?
Take the
got
rainbow,
busted.
bitch.
One girl, there's one Sephora worker who's I know what you're fucking doing tonight.
It's stop buying so many different shades of lipstick.
Can I have a purple? And they're like,
you don't need this.
You're
Doesn't
up to
work.
Purple. They're
This doesn't work with your skin tone. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
They're literally and they're like, and can I have the blue and maybe the purple? And she's like, you slut.
Yeah. Little whore. Forget it.
I also remember
Like Jesus.
God damn it. I met the most cutie guy the other day, and he was 27. He was a principal of a middle school.
That's too young.
I know, it was kind of crazy
Because everyone's burnt
But he
out.
was
They're
just it was kind of a fluke. He had just gotten it, but he was really good. But I was just
good for him.
The parents must love the shit out of him.
Oh yeah.
Well, I bet it's honestly, I bet they love him, and I bet they also hate him and make fun of him for being young. I bet they walk in and be like, you don't know what it's like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Parents
I was
always
saying
get
the
that.
parents are like nightmares to deal
Of
with.
course. Parents are
For some reason, I was just
very opinionated parents.
Yeah, they are.
Especially
They
now.
need all their kids I remember talking in parent teacher conferences, and they're like, I'm telling you, Leo is the best mathematician in our family. And I'm like, well, Leo doesn't know his 5 times tables, and we're supposed to be doing division right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on in your family, but you're all bad at math.
Exactly.
So
So you gotta take the right, but you're all bad at it.
You're all bad about
You gotta take those rose-colored glasses off.
Yeah.
It's too
They just all
much.
need their kid to be number one. I even remember in high school,
competition.
lacrosse, parents would come in and yell about their kids not playing and not being the best. And I'm like, what, are you delusional? Do you see your kid running at home? Are they making it up and down the field? I don't think so.
Probably not. It's so much pressure. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. And I know that a lot of parents now, and millennials get lumped into this because older millennials have kids now, but really it's whatever's above me, Gen X.
Yeah.
The 40-ish people. they're all so like chronically online in a bad way. So now they're convinced that they need to like do all the photo shoots with their kids. They need to get their kids involved. They need to get them an Instagram. They need to do this. They need to do that. Their kid needs to be the best. They need to have these clothes. And then those kids like are also on TikTok. So they are like, need. And it's just,
You know what freaks me
I'm worried for the future of the world. You know
Yeah.
this already, though. I was going off about that on KFC Radio the other day. If you get me started, I like can't stop about the future of the world. Like I get so weird about it.
I agree.
Scary.
I've been thinking about your AI takes or whatever.
Oh yeah, about how people are. My thoughts
just,
are like
thinking for
people are so
themselves.
dependent on AI, and they're getting, and it'll only get worse because I understand that it is useful as a tool in some scenarios.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are using it like instead of using their own brain when they could just use their own brain.
100%.
And I think that eventually, I don't know when, but I think at some point people like will start getting soft brain because they don't have to think.
'Cause you can just-
It's
they
like,
can
oh,
make your
like I
decision
was
for you.
watching, we were watching the Pope come out, whatever, and I was wanting to know information about the Pope, and Pat was sitting next to me, like talking to ChatGPT, just being like, what's the Pope's deal? And then it would like reply back and he'd be like, how old is the Pope? Like he was having a conversation with ChatGPT, and I was like, couldn't you like, Google it and then like read an article about it instead of just like instant answers? Like, I don't know. It just, something about it's unsettling.
That doesn't freak me out as much as like using it as a
Yeah,
tool to get
that's not as bad.
information.
That was not as a good example.
But in terms of like, because you can ask it like, what should I do in this situation? Or
he said
like,
it's
how
great.
should I
He's
text
like,
back?
I had like a rash and I sent a picture of it and they were like, put lotion on it or whatever,
Yeah.
But
I even think like I always think about sometimes like I'm so dependent on my phone, specifically what I think like what I'm most dependent on is for directions. Like I know how to get nowhere and I'm always like, oh yeah, I'm just like really bad with directions. Like geography is not my strength, but I'm like, no, I genuinely like the other day I had to like look up how to get to the high school of my neighboring town because I didn't know how to get there. And then I was like, I need to stop using this thing. Like, so like lately now I've just been like driving and I'm just like figure it out myself. Like, I
that's
gotta figure it out.
I'm proud of you for doing that.
Walking
That's how it is. Like you
I know
have to do it
nowhere.
like that because you have to. We were talking about this too.
Yeah.
Because Kevin was talking about like he's like, oh, I use a GPS. My dad never does. And I was like, growing up, my dad, we were a look it up on MapQuest and print out the directions kind of family. And again, I sound so old, but like it really helped with my sense of direction now. Like especially in New York City, I can if you tell me like, oh, come to this location, maybe in like Lower East Side, I might have to just double check about like what subway stop, but I can get there. You know what I mean? Like I can find my way. I can go without even looking at my phone for sure. I can get out of the city. I can, do whatever all without my phone, no issues. But the people that like literally can't go
literally
5
can't.
blocks up
Yeah.
without looking at their phone.
No, it's literally-
like, oh my
that's
God,
kinda
like
me.
you gotta,
I can't. I'm also directionally challenged. Like I can't tell the.
I do a left and right. as
I'm
well.
bad,
I do left
yeah.
and right.
I always pull this. Like I remember like
It's the city I love because I'm all about landmarks. So like I'll walk outside and I'll be able to tell which way I'm facing based on like what buildings I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even if
And
it's
see-
not,
and if
even if I
you're-
can't see like the Empire State Building or whatever, like, I'll recognize, oh, that street or that's this or that's that. You start recognizing buildings. You pay attention
and
to
that's why I feel like
architecture.
I wasn't paying attention enough to things like around me in that sense. Like I'm not really someone who like I will never like walk, especially with those girls getting punched. Like I can't
my
also
God, yeah.
multitask. Like I can't multitask. Like I physically cannot walk and look at my phone and walk.
I won't do it
I can't
either.
even like take a sip of my drink and walk. I feel like I have to like stop and take a sip.
Yeah.
But like I was like, okay, I need to start learning how to get around places more because I think about too, like when people would drive, they would literally have like a map. They decorate
Oh, yeah.
the latitude of like 18 degrees and then like your longitude, like whatever, like how, and then I just think, how do people do that? But like we're supposed to be smarter now, but I could never do that.
Yeah.
It's all about how you learn. But yeah, I do love looking at maps. Like I think maps are really fun. Like when you can just you can chart the route or like think about how far away is this from this or like I'm interested in that normally. But now, you're moving in the city, super fun. Part of like the magic of New York sometimes is like getting lost in the streets. It's like finding your way. And if you have nothing to do, like say you have like 3 free hours, it's like you start walking around and you'll eventually hit one end of the island or a numbered street that you recognize and you'll be fine. But that's like the best way to explore. I do that in Central Park. Like I don't know,
Just walk.
I don't know what, now I know everywhere in Central Park just because I've walked around it, not because I look it up.
The southeast, northeast, whatever exits in. Seriously, that means nothing to me. I don't
Those-
like
that
that.
to
I
me-
cannot figure out.
That to me is like I have to think of it if I'm like as if I'm looking down at a square, like a plus sign.
Oh, nice.
And so it's like north, south,
Yeah,
east,
yeah, I
west,
guess
and then west would be like closer to the
Side
Hudson.
highway.
east would be closer to the East River, and north and south is just like the higher side of the street or the lower side of the street.
Yeah. I guess it makes like.
It took me a little while to like that. I still do have to think about it. Like I have to stop. I'm like, I'm trying to go southwest. Okay, and that's
Even
closer to where I'm
this
going.
book, it's called Sunrise on the Reaping, and basically like why it's called that is because like a clue that's given. Clue that's given is like the sun rises with the actual sun like in the arena, so it like rises in the east. So that's how he tells time. Literally now, of course, I
able
read
to
that
tell.
one thing on the worst. I see one thing, and I'm like, now I wake up and I'm like, okay,
Like, oh,
and this is west. Like,
yeah, exactly. Wait, the sun. I'll tell you what, the sun, obviously, pay attention to the sun, rises in the east, sets in the west. The moon is another one. You can, if you pay attention to where I'm obsessed with the moon. But if you pay attention to how the moon goes across the sky at night, it's just like the sun. You can figure out where you go because it's on the same schedule.
Way.
So the moon, like the moon rises in the east and sets in the west as well.
Why are they always trying to like be like the stars will tell me where to go? Like, why don't you just follow the moon?
Well, the North Star.
follow the North
that's more.
Star.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
Like,
the moon
yeah,
does.
the moon's just, like,
We rotate.
time of day, yeah.
So the moon goes with us,
oh yeah, duh.
and then we go with the sun. You know what I mean?
Imagine that was like your sense. Like they're like, all right, Jackie, like tonight we're having a party and just follow the North Star to the Empire State Building.
yeah.
I'd be fucked.
Yes, completely.
That'd be crazy.
But it is cool. Like, you know, if the moon is directly above you, usually it's like 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. And Tommy was talking about.
It's kind of like poor
time
PR
and, like,
for the moon.
For the moon.
The sun is the same thing, but the sun like gets all the PR for that.
Sun, the sun's. To be fair though, the sun, no matter like, it's always rising. Actually, no, but it's slower. Like we go around the sun a lot slower than the moon rotating us. So the moon is always kind of in a different spot, but wherever it rises, it will keep that same arc.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of tell what's going on with the world. We got a full moon coming up soon, I think.
Oh shit!
Let me take a little look. See, I want to say next week.
That's another thing about the moon too. You know that one scene in John.
Oh my God, it's
John's.
87% full right now. 4 days. 4 days, y'all.
Remember that movie?
Woo, full
Usually
moon.
John. What's that movie with Amanda Seyfried and Channing
24.
Tatum?
Monday.
About
Ooh.
John.
Amanda Seyfried,
Like
Channing
Saint
Tatum.
John.
Where he's like the war guy.
Yeah.
Dear John?
Dear John.
Dear John, yeah.
Literally one word. But you know that one scene in there, and they're like, and no matter where you are, like your thumb will always be the same size as the moon. And, like randomly, I'll be like,
It's cute.
yeah, like let me look up. I'm like, everyone
I
else
love
in
the
the
moon.
world too.
Do you guys think so? I always ride hard for the moon, but other people think it's like I do. Other people think it's kind of bullshit and whatever. But I'm like, if the moon controls the tides of the ocean,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
the
it's a god.
largest
Then it
body of
obviously,
this entire Earth is like, what is it? We're
same power as
80%
God.
ocean
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck. The moon controls that.
Yeah.
Why do you think
We're
the moon doesn't
80%
control
water.
other shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
What controls us?
completely. I'm not saying that it's like, you know, the moon does everything we do, but when the full moon's around and people start acting squirrely and it's like a little crazy,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, duh, the fucking moon is full. It's out here shining on us and we're acting crazy just like the tides.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I kind of feel the same thing about like just like even like all the woo woo stuff. Like there is technically scientific backing to
Totally.
that. Whereas like why is that
Astronomy
any
is real.
crazier
you know?
than like big man in the sky? Like it's all crazy. Like how is
I feel the same
know?
way where I'll go on like an astrology rant or like I'll talk about the moon or I'll talk about whatever and people are like, psh, that's bullshit. I'm like, a lot of people believe in God. A lot of people believe in whatever the fuck they believe in. Kind of like what you just said. But it's like, what makes this less legitimate than that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's because people
my religion.
people take things to extreme, and then people only hear the extreme of it, and then they don't believe the whole thing. At the place like I just moved into, not where I'm moving in the city, but where my parents just moved. We just moved on. We like downsized this place on the water, and it's like all of our neighbors were telling us they're all like older. Like I think the average age has got to be like 65.
Yeah.
It's like very fun. I think I learn a lot while I'm there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Those are the best people to talk
the best
to.
people, and everyone's so kind too. And like, I'll get home and I'll be tired, and like, I don't have to put up some stupid conversation. Like, and be like, hey, because like, they're all like, yeah, like on 70,
know the vibe.
I know I don't have to do small talk. Like they're the best, but they were all saying like, it's not like the sun. Don't want like the sun sets so pretty and it's gonna be beautiful while you're looking at it, but the moon rise is the best thing to watch.
When it gets purpley.
Yes, and like everyone's obsessed with like the full moon rise, and like they'll all be outside. It's like this cute like old ladies, and like
I'm obsessed with
it's just,
that.
like, the
I'm trying to move to this
cutest thing
place.
ever. It's literally out on Long Island. But it's just like the
I'm trying to move here.
cutest. it's so
The moonrise really is like, it's such an underrated thing, especially in the summer. And I love when you can see the moon, like when it's still light out and the moon pops up.
Crossing, because
and you're
now
like,
the sun,
but you can see them at the same time. You're like, what the fuck? It's always the craziest shit.
I love that.
Love the moon. 4 days, y'all.
The moon looks like a little cheese.
I ride for the moon.
I ride the moon. Yeah.
Should we're at 2 hours. Like,
Oh my God, Chatty Cathy's. I guess we should.
So lovely chatting with you guys.
What a good time. Oh, girls, love a girls catch up. Fabulous. Well, thank you as always for having me. I love to
Thanks
pop on.
for coming on.
I love when you come on.
Literally always welcome.
Yeah.
I love your cadence.
I
know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're just a chatty girl.
We really shower you with compliments, but you come on.
And I like so appreciate it. Like, meanwhile, in the rest of my life, all my friends are like, "Oh, don't give her too many compliments. Her head will get big." I'm like, "No, y'all, my head is shrunk like the smallest size.
Yeah.
Like, maybe in 6 months it'll be too big again." But thank you for the compliments.
We'll turn. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks.
Thank you.
Fishbowl.
See you guys next week.
Yay.
We didn't even touch the ball.
I know. We kind of like haven't touched the ball.
Bills won't fit me. There's no circulation as fine as you. No bigger thrill than what you do to me. Say, yes, please, what you need. I love it when you take me on your ride. And I love it when you get down low. I love it when we spend those summer nights. So can we do it again, do it again, do it again, yeah. Yo, this is love without complication. Hey, 'cause you and I flow like a summer breeze. Ooh, hope you don't mind, let's kill the conversation. Yeah, I gotta go back and still so much to see. Yeah, $1 million bills won't fool me. There's no circulation as fine as you. No bigger thrill than what you do to me. Say, yes, please.